Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday, welcome to the weekend stream. Happy Catterday indeed. First time catching a stream, love your YouTube channel. Thanks Burnmaster, welcome. Fossil streams with an 8-month reset. Morning/evening all. Good morning/evening. It is morning for me. I offer my apologies for being once again late. I will once again stream a little extra on the other end to make up for it. Oh, what was my excuse? I'm not very good in my new alarm clock. And it's not that I turned it off and missed it and slept in. No. It was that yesterday I don't remember how to leave here, so I'm just going to log off of it. It was that yesterday, while turning off the alarm, I vaguely remembered that the manual said I could press any button to turn it off, so I just pressed a lot of buttons until one of them turned it off. But in the process of doing so, I had turned the brightness of the time numbers up to maximum. And I kept waking up in the middle of the night last night being is that the sunrise? And then I was like, no. And the numbers say that it's 4 in the morning. Go back to sleep. But today is a new, bright, shiny day. There's always time for naps later. And I have 14 characters that have not run Mythic Freehold yet this week, which means I have 14 chances at a bright, shiny red parrot of the mountable variety. We forgive you. Good morning. Happy Catterday. Streamer is never late. Nor is she early. Arrives precisely when she needs to. I was always very intrigued by this idea that wizards are not men, because they're not in that universe in Lord of the Rings. But why not? Are they taller? Are they all taller? Is the beard a requirement? Full day of Freehold. At least a good chunk of it. I think I can do all of these attempts in less than a full stream, but I want to hit up the big dig whenever that's up to keep cranking away at fragments, because I'm at 17,000 fragments on my priest, and at 20 I get to purchase a mount, which is gonna be exciting. Hi Hazel, love your hair. Thank you very much. We're wearing the shorter wig today. The other one is lovely and I like it a lot, but it is heavy and I just was not in the mood to put it on my head today. Let's see. We've got coffee, we've got water, I've got a real kitty cat, I've got a plushy kitty cat. It's one of those mornings where you're just doing things 3 times over, because the first 2 times you start to do it and then you forget. And then the 3rd time you're like, that's right. I did need my headphones / coffee / breakfast. This one's awesome too. I don't need any of these. I don't need any bosses except for the last one. And I'm pretty sure every character, the only 3 pieces of transmog I'm missing from this entire dungeon, on this difficulty anyway. All of them drop from the last boss, which is really convenient because that's the one I'm killing anyways for the parrot. There's a plate helmet and then 2 pieces of leather, so I'm out of luck on this character, but that's okay. Perk on a 60 stream watch streak. That's a lot of streams. That's a long time. Alright. Harlan, is today the day? Is this the one?
Phase 2. Phase 3.
One way to find out. No, not that time. That's okay. We've got more. And honestly, if it had dropped in the very first chance of the day, it would have been a little rude, because then I would have to come up with a whole new game plan. We're not out of things to do, but we have been chipping through them at a steady and agreeable rate. For real? What's up with your skybox? Is there something up with my skybox? What's first, Sharkbait or the remaining mogs? I feel like the remaining mogs have to drop first, because I feel like they just have to. They can't. There's only 3 of them left. Looked very green. It is quite green. I have a half-remembered Dream Surge buff. That's why. I don't remember why I must have used a toy, maybe. Maybe I got that Dream Surge toy and I used it, and that's what did that. Now let's do another one. We got another 15 minutes before the big dig starts. Last mog you need, always the worst. Yeah, forgot. I did it that. Coffee good. Coffee helps. KNR on a three stream watch streak. 3 is good too. 3 is. I'm a little nervous about the watch streak feature, just because I never want anyone to feel bad for missing a stream, because A, they're all on like YouTube. You can catch up if you desire to see them all. But secondly, I would never position this as must-see programming. You know, we're just hanging out every morning. I'm using rarity to track my mount runs. No limit on the big digs. Not really, no. You can do as many of them as you want, and you can continue getting fragments. You pretty quickly run into a point where you seem to have received all of the things that can drop from the satchels in the boss. There's like a selection of transmog, and there's a mount, the Clayscale Hornstrider. And once you got those, then you're pretty much just getting fragments. The weekly quest is once per week per account for like the big bonus of 5,000. It won't give you that dump of fragments when you do it, if you do it again in different characters. So if you want to be really efficient, you could just do it the one time per week just for the weekly quest. But you can reasonably grind out fragments if you keep doing them. And if you want all of the stuff, I mean, it's kind of a personal call as to whether or not you want to grind it out. It's just a question of whether your calendar time or your time is more valuable to you. 750 to 1,000 fragments per dig. Yeah, it's not nothing. I go back and forth because now that I have all of the drops, I'm assuming I have all the drops. I'm going back and forth because it seems like there's that 750 to 1,000 fragments plus like what 50 rep is pretty much the only thing I'm getting for showing up to every dig. But you know, I do that like if I do that like 6 times in a day, and I can hit up like 3 of them on stream at least. If I do it 6 times in a day, I could buy like an extra piece of transmog that day, whereas otherwise I'd be waiting for like 2 weeks to get that piece. So I don't know, I go back and forth. I think I'm just going to keep doing the digs until I don't feel like it anymore, and then I'm going to revert to doing them once per week. And hopefully I continue to remember to do that even after more exciting and fun things come out for us to do. Because I said I was going to do time rifts weekly, and then I have not been keeping up with the weekly time rifts. There's transmog and stuff I need from those too, but we're getting back into it. We're gonna clean it up. Allison is my favorite of your characters. Do not purge, please. I think she's safe. I think that the main reason behind my purge was that I didn't like a lot of their names. I really didn't like a lot of them having the same names. And I like the idea of making new characters with like unique names and unique looks and stuff like that. So I feel like now that I've done that, I'm not going to just throw them out for no reason. Unless they like, you know, give me a reason. Oh, no good on that one. Jeff on a 10 stream streak. Not 60, but not bad. Hello, happy Saturday. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get enough fragments to buy the pack beast today, just because it'll feel good to kind of get that cleaned up and checked off the list. We got 12 minutes before the dig starts. We can do another run or two in that time. These are fast. Plus the time it takes to do the dig will definitely help space out our instance cap lock. Instance cap lock? Here, let's scoot Barnacles down because Aerith is already at Freehold and Barnacles has to run back out there. We'll have travel time on a few of them, but they can all dragon ride now, which is pretty cool. Kitty, how you doing? You sleep good? I know. I had to wait until you went to the bedroom so I could vacuum in here, but it looks much better now, doesn't it? It was getting dusty. Alright, make sure we're on Mythic. Difficulty Mythic. Did a couple keys last night. Got a WC20. And a portal get. Very nice. Last final boss in Rise wiped us. Missed it in 21. Pug Hunter moved out of work. It's too quick. Waycrest. Oh! That makes more sense than Wailing Caverns. The only dungeon that was coming to my mind was Wailing Caverns. And I was like, if they made that a key, then I have hit my head and forgotten, which is not outside of the realm of possibility. Afternoon, Hazel and chat. Good afternoon, Mrs. Rockguru. How do you feel about the 8-week patch cycle? I feel like it's too much for completionists like me. It's definitely not realistic to collect everything that they've added within the patch. And it used to be that we would get downtime cycles that would let you kind of go back and catch up. I don't mind it, but I don't personally fix value for myself on 100%ing. Like, I like collecting, but it's always about more and not everything for me. I can understand how if you were trying to get everything, you would just feel like you were drowning. Wailing Caverns key would slap. How many people would miss that small jump and fall? At least with certain stabs, you can still see your weapon on your back while using the new Kaldorite bedrolls. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Me when I get to stream within 15 minutes of it starting. Without bad clipping, I should add. Yeah, those are pretty neat. I feel like I kind of want to mod those new backpacks onto a Volpera. Is it just because they have a racial that has them camp and I just want them to go camping? Is that the whole rationale? I don't even have a Volpera right now. I made one long enough to get the heritage armor, so I don't need one technically. They are cute. They are cute. I tend to forget that they're a thing. I don't see a whole lot of them unless somebody like gets one with a neural silencer. No luck there. No luck there, but we can go again. This run is really fast. I would really like to get this mount before I do any more rise keys. Not that I've gotten any quantum coursers. I haven't seen a single one, but if I did, I would be kind of bummed if it gave me Sharkbait, just because Sharkbait seems like a pretty chill mount run to do. Especially now that we can all... Most of my characters are Alliance, they can just fly from Borealis. Do you even like camping? Like me in real life? Sorry, I'm not giving your tone the benefit of the doubt. Do I like camping? I like the idea of camping. I don't go camping very often because logistics. Not that the logistics are too hard, but that I'm frightened of logistics themselves, and therefore I tend to just stay home because that's easy and I like it here. Maybe Barnacles can just like zip there. Such a shame that they're horde. Love how you theme your alts with their transmog and mounts. Aspire to do that to all of my alts. A lot of them could really use a matching mount. Sometimes I'll pick a mount out if I'm leveling, but at max level, sometimes they just do random ones. I want Volpera druids that transform into actual foxes. Because of bugs, for me. I like the idea of when you're camping, once you're there and you're set up and everything like that. I guess it depends. There's probably different styles of camping. Some people probably go camping with like a packed itinerary. And they're like, we're hiking this mountain from this time, and then we're going to spend this amount of time fishing in this hole, and then we must reach the petroglyphs in time for the 4 p.m. light to shine through the keyhole so that we can witness the cinematic, and it's like a whole thing. I have to imagine that if I went camping, I would have a fairly loose and open schedule, and it would be kind of that feeling where, like, you know, you're on vacation, or you're, I don't know, driving in a car somewhere, or even just taking a shower, and you don't have anything, like, going on, and you know that the X amount of time is going to pass, and you don't have to do anything in particular, and you get to just exist and absorb things and observe things and just kind of be. And I like that idea of camping, is that you've gotten away from everything so that you can relax, and there's nothing else for you to do. You can't really do it wrong. I mean, I suppose if you do it wrong, it's like dangerous, but I like the idea of just like having a coffee and just watching the birds and, you know, not know where to be. One of the Drakthir calls the Volpera ferocious squirrels. Barnacles is my other favorite, but definitely do not purge, please, thanks. Barnacles is kind of an icon. I'm still surprised to this day that I geared him up instead of finishing that troll druid. I don't know if she'll ever have her day. The Darkspear troll resto druid. She might, but I had a lot of fun healing on Barnacles this season. I used to hate camping and swimming in the ocean. Forced myself to do it. Stopped myself missing out on cool experiences, and now I love it. The ocean's cold. Oh. I guess the ocean's not cold everywhere, but the ocean's cold. Spent 4 days glamping the family room. No power. Definitely lost its allure. Oh, I bet. That sucks. Maybe when Troll Heritage Armor is out. Maybe, but I do have a troll. I have a Darkspear troll Beast Mastery Hunter that could do that role as well. So it wouldn't be mandatory to do the other one. I'm excited for Troll and Draenei Heritage Armor. Troll in particular. Dungeon difficulty, Mythic, very good. Let's see if we can do this real quick, because we've got dig up in 5 minutes. I don't currently have any Zandalari trolls, but I used to, so I have earned the Heritage Armor. I just don't have any Zandalari trolls at present. New troll cosmetics from Mr. Land. I do want to buy those too. I want to get all of it, but it's like so much gold, and I don't know if I'm going to mog any of it, but what if I regret it if I don't buy it? They're getting me with the FOMO. Excited to see what it'll look like. Yeah, I hope it's really cool. I love Darkspear Troll themed stuff, and they haven't done too many things like that in recent times. We had some cool Zandalari Troll themed mogs in BFA, but I'm feeling deprived. 6-month-long FOMO. It's just that if I let that pass me by and then they hit the black market auction house, what if it's like the rest of my life of being like, I should have bought those when they were just easy to get on a vendor. And I would only really come to that because they're like transmogs mainly for things that I don't even use. It would only really come to that if I was collecting all transmog and I had like finished with everything else. But what if when the War Within pre-patch comes out, you know, the change to mod collecting is so effective that we just start thrashing through old dungeons and raids and getting everything, and then I get like actually like kind of caught up, and then I'm like, well darn it, now the only holes in my collection are egregious and obnoxious and a problem. New gold beetle goes with the Zandalari Troll, look pretty well. Hoping the Draenei Heritage armor is more shamany than paladin-y, or else it's too much like LFD heritage stuff. I imagine it's gonna be pretty purple crystal and Exodari. Like that's what I think of when I think of regular Draenei and not like Lightforged Draenei. I hope it's not too paladin-y, because yeah, Lightforged Draenei, I already kind of have that covered. Anything crystal-y, yeah. Arcanon boys. Any luck? Nope. Okie dokie. Inconceivable. You just put me on side, and then we've got a dig to get to. Love me some pretty rocks. You'll all be thrilled, excited, you know, crying, throwing up, etc. You'll all be very proud of me to hear that I have begun the thing I said I was gonna do. Well, it's not like a content thing. It's not emotes. It's not merch. It's not a new intro. It's not the Farak guide. It's not Pal World. I watched a bunch of Pal World content, and I don't know if I'm gonna play it because I look at it and I'm immediately tired. I just don't know if that's my bag. But I started a sourdough starter. I actually did end up using rye flour. Somebody suggested that to me, and I said I didn't have any, but I have some now. So I'm starting it with rye flour. I've decided to name it Elise, so that I feel awful if she dies. She's not alive yet, but she will be. I've got a 2-week feeding schedule for a from scratch starter. I have a thermometer set up on top of my fridge to find out if that's a nice place to leave her. I think it should be. And we're doing it. May she grow up well. I'm really scared of this first week because like all of the things that I was reading on in this blog post that I'm following, and also in all of the comments of it, where the blog post author was like, don't overthink it. It can do all kinds of crazy things. They're all fine. Just keep going and don't worry about it. And meanwhile, in the comments, somebody's like, well, it's day 4 and mine is like, I think it's runnier than yours and it made the bubbles, but then the bubbles fell. And then there was a tiny liquid that looked like, you know, Tim Burton. And it's like, just relax. And because I know that's going to be me. Like 4 days in, I'm going to be like, but like you just have to trust in the process and not stress about it too much. It'll be a couple of weeks before she's ready to make any kind of bread, but that's okay. She's just a hobby for now. She's you know, who needs sea monkeys? I've got a brand new sourdough starter. I also want to make a cake, but I don't know. I'll post on Instagram if I ever like get over myself and do that. Same starter for different loaves. People will keep a starter for years and years and years, and it's a living culture. So you feed it, and then you take a piece of it to use. It doesn't need feeding as often if you keep it refrigerated, but people have like heirloom sourdough starters that have been like passed down and kept alive for like generations. Mine's gonna be a brand new baby, but how do you make a starter? Evidently, you mix together equal parts of flour and water, You wait for a while, and then you feed it regularly. Like, you remove half, and then you add some flour and water back in on a schedule for a while. And you just kind of allow the culture to take root, because the natural yeast is in the air. It is in your flour. It is all around us. It is like magic, apparently. I just Googled how to start a sourdough starter, and I read like a billion blogs, and then I just picked one because I was getting a headache, and I'm following that. Thought it was more complicated. Not you can make it complicated, but it seems that you don't have to. is the vibe I was getting from reading all of the blogs, is that you can make it as complicated as you want to, but the job will get done in most cases, as long as you don't do anything really crazy. It also, from reading that, I realized that when I thought I had killed my mom's sourdough starter, it was probably fine. It was probably revivable, especially because it was in the fridge. I just gave up on it because I was spooked. I shouldn't have done. But the potato bread that I made has convinced me that I need to start making sourdough again, because I've kind of breaded myself out with the regular ones, and I've discovered that I do not like potato bread. It's just not for me. No, thank you. I like sourdough. I like the dig because I like standing near Ian the Weird, because I like saying Ian the Weird, because that's how I imagine he says his name. I don't know if they ever voice act it. He probably just calls himself Edward, and he's just got extra letters because he's fancy like that, but it's not as much fun that way. But this is also a great use for my rye flour for the moment, because I don't know how many loaves of rye bread I'm going to be making. Some now and then, but I don't know if I'm like a rye bread every day kind of person. Hi there, chat. Hello. How are you? I'm chat. I'm part of it. I have a feeling the Archives characters are One Piece references. I know Nerobin is a reference to Nico Robin. How did you get into bread making? I like bread. I like bread. I first started messing with it, and I should be very clear, I'm not good. I'm not one of these people that's like talented. My current gig is making bread in my bread machine, following a bread machine cookbook, and those have been really good, but that's not me, that's the recipes. But when I was a young tween looking for ways to entertain myself, I decided that I was going to learn how to make bread. My uncle had gifted me a copy of the Tassahara bread book, and I liked reading cookbooks. I got a lot of cookbooks at the time. I don't know if my family thought I cooked or what the deal was, but I like received them as gifts, and I would read through them and then like practice and stuff. And every time I made bread from hand, I always it was delicious, but it was always way too dense. I would add like way too much flour in the kneading process because I didn't like it when it was sticky, so I would keep adding flour until it was like not sticky anymore. And then I would create like loaves of bread, like lead bricks that were like delicious, but you would eat one slice and you'd be full for the rest of the day. So I did that off and on as like a tween, and then gave up on it for like 10 years or so until I moved home, more or less, I think. No, I got a bread machine in Oregon, I think. I don't know, it's one of those things you can just kind of do. Nobody has to let you. I've discovered that about many hobbies. You don't need a course. You can Google it. You can Google anything. Stand near Ian the Weird. Unique teenage hobby? I don't think so. Lots of my friends like to bake at that age. Make bread, which is miles ahead of most people. Sourdough is interesting that it quickly changes to match its environment. Take San Francisco sourdough yeast out of the Bay Area and it'll stop tasting like San Francisco style. That is really cool. I was reading in my deep dive of comments on this sourdough blog post, one woman's story of having moved with her sourdough starter and how it was like really unhappy when it moved. Like it was doing very strange things in its new environment, even though like she was using like the same brand of flour and like her house was clean and whatnot. Just I guess the local something in the air was not happy with her culture, her yeast culture, that is. As the great Oprah once said, I love bread. I love bread. Everybody's, I guess not everybody, but many people have like a starchy comfort carb of nostalgia, and bread is just mine. Fresh bread's real good. My Nana has a bread machine, and she used to make fresh bread, and sometimes she'd have like a bread box, and that always smelled really good. Mine is rice. My partner's is rice as well, so I try to make that almost as often as I make bread, so that it's not just bread meals all the time. I like rice well enough, but I think I got sold on it short in my childhood, because the way my family prepared rice growing up was to basically just make rice and then to put it dry in a plate with maybe like a pat of margarine and just have that as like a side dish all by itself. And it was boring because it was just like white rice with nothing. And I didn't give it a fair enough chance. Do I prefer a specific type of rice? I mean sushi rice, because I like sushi and I like making like sushi bowls. So I'll make sushi rice and then season it with like the rice vinegar, and that's delicious, but that's cheating. Outside of that, I usually buy basmati rice, both because it's delicious, but also because it's cheaper sometimes. And it goes nice with curries, and I make a lot of curries. Or I make the same curry a lot of times, I guess I should say. Plain rice with margarine? Listen. Yeah. There's no accounting for childhood. Good morning. Love the stream, even though I'm for the horde. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you noticed the excavator hat not dropping at all? I hadn't looked at a list of all of the things that could drop. I definitely have not had a hat drop. I just kind of assumed it wasn't part of the drop table. When I was young as a family, we'd always have pasta with pesto, and we used to call it bogey pasta. Number one comfort carb. I mean, that's delicious. That's real good. Rice with sugar and milk for breakfast. I mean, that sounds delicious too. I want to make tea cakes, never baked before. The average teacup, it goes with your name. I think it's a great idea. The magical thing about the modern age is that you can find detailed instructions in how to make anything on a blog. And then the other magical thing is that if you get the ingredients to bake a tea cake and your first one doesn't turn out very well, I bet you've got the flour and sugar and whatnot to try like 5 more times. Oh, I've packed lunches. I don't know why or how. Reliable, easy dishes, chicken and rice. Wonder if that would work pescatarian style. Like fish and rice or just like rice? And with some garlic salt. Fish and rice I'm sure would work just fine. I'm spoiled. I like things with sauce. I'm the sauce boss. You gotta make a good sauce. Dig's worth to do anything else. Doesn't seem like it, no. I'm doing all of them on my main so I can funnel the rep to the one character. Because even if you got, like, you can mail fragments around between your characters if you did need to shop on your alts, but your alts aren't going to get any more fragments in your main. Rice bowl with raw ingredients just thrown in. Yeah, I've done that before when I've been, like, out of nori or just, like, when I can't be bothered. Usually raid night. Like, I'll be like, I'm making sushi for raid night, and then it'll be, like, 6:25, and we raid at, like, 6:30, and I'll have, like, a bunch of ingredients, and nothing's rolled yet, and I'm like, you know what? Abort. Put everything in mixing bowl. We eat a shocking amount of meals out of our mixing bowls because they're bigger than like I have like cereal bowls, like the normal ones that come with the dinner set. And then I have mixing bowls. I have no size in between. And sometimes you want to eat a lot of food and you want to eat it not carefully and you don't want to spill it. And the only thing to do is eat it out of an enormous bowl. So my big mixing bowls get the job done. Oh, hi, kitty cat. Had a funny thought if you swapped hair randomly in the middle of the stream or a weekly video. I suppose I could leave for a stream break and then come back with different hair. But why? For what? Eating out of a big bowl is underrated. Cleanest way to eat saucy food. I also, yeah, I totally agree. I like to eat curled up on the floor or in a ball on the couch like a gremlin. I do not spend a lot of time seated nicely at a table. I could do it if there was like company, you know, like I'm not a wild person. But when I'm at home and there's nobody over, I am a wild person. I eat a lot of meals just like curled up in a ball. And when you're eating like that, it's a lot easier to eat out of a giant bowl than it is off of like a plate. Bent shrimp yoga position. Garlic and vinegar in the rice cooker. That's a really good idea. One time I made kind of like a Panda Express style rice by putting like frozen peas and corn and stuff in with the rice. And then I forget what spice I used. I might have used Chinese 5 spice. I forget what spice I used, but I put some spices in the rice cooker as well with the water and the rice. And it was like delicious when it came out. And I'll never remember what I did to it. I haven't done it since, and that was like at least a year ago. Used to make rice in the rice maker with broth substituted for water. So good. There are 1 a week per character bonus. Is it like 500? I don't know, is there? I hadn't seen anything like that. Pasta with anything. Apple macaroni with tomatoes, plain and simple. One of my easy meals for when I'm really lazy is something that one of my high school friends made for me like after school as teenagers, which is pasta with a can of cream of mushroom soup mixed in as the sauce, and then like some cheese and pepper. It's cheddar cheese, black pepper. Done. Mushroom pasta. I'm sure it's like chock full of sodium. It might be good to get the low sodium soup. I'm not pretending this is a health food, but when you are... Did it just end? It just ended. Did I miss the boss? I might have missed the boss. Edward said, "Oh no, it's rising up. Time to get to safety. Prepare yourself for Trader's Ambition." And then it just kind of like stopped. Maybe I was too busy talking about food. Oh yeah, it's dead over there. I just missed it. Oops, a daisy do. All right, never mind. It's not broken. I'm just not paying attention. Oh well. We still got all the tomes for doing it. That's the main thing. I got another find. A waterlogged ledger. Go turn that in, I suppose. The vendor for the dig currency. I'm heading there now. I'll show you. It's in the Algathar Academy area of Thaldraszus, but it's kind of down a layer over where you might expect it to be. What do you think about lubber being removed? I don't know what lubber is, and I did not know that it was being removed. I will require more context. What? Okay. I also put a screenshot with a circle on it in my news video this week, but we're heading right there anyway. Right there. So, if you zoom in on the Algathar Academy area, it's the big island on the right, the bottom right. And if you can't find it, you probably need to fly down in elevation a little bit. But I have to like fly around looking for it every time I come back here. It's annoying. I wish they would like put a little marker on the map for it. The Hearthstone card lubber was removed from BG's. Okay, I gotta Google what that card was. Hearthstone BG's lubber. I don't read their names very much. I look at their pictures and I look at their effects. Land lubber removed from BG's. As of yesterday, I didn't see. What did land lubber do? It wasn't the audacious anchor. I like the audacious anchor. Hearthstone BG's lubber images. Oh, the tavern offers an extra tavern spell after each refresh. I think that's fine. I mean, for me personally, I'm not a BG's expert or anything like that, but like whenever I had him, he mostly just, there wasn't enough room on my board for like the minions I was looking for because I'm awful. So I just like fish for the, like I try to force builds and I just fish for the pieces that I need a lot. And when I have landlubber up, I can't find them because there's like an extra slot taken up by the thing. Yeah. But I understand it was like a good card. Okay, alright, no, we don't twist up like pretzel. Bad for hips. So that gives me an extra 100 mysterious fragments. How are we doing, fragments wise? I'm almost up to my first rep level for all the good that does. 18.8. Next question. It's Saturday now. Yeah, world quests are back up. Let's go. The Azerothian Archives world quests have refreshed. There are 3 of them available that I can see. We've got Technoscrying in the Waking Shores, which I think means... Well, we'll see what it means. Yeah, I think I can get my Goggle Wobble achievement, because that was the one that I missed. And then we've got an Excavation. Sorry, I'm getting excited. We got Research. And all of them offer mysterious fragments. So hang on, I'm going Technoscrying first. But we're doing all three of those. These world quests last for a couple of days, but this is going to be our other major source of fragments and reputation. Is if you bothered to unlock the world quests, keeping up with those I think should be pretty good. Plus, you'll need to do it for the achievements anyways if you want the Reese Pet or the Azerothian Archives meta achievement. Speaking of the Reese Pet, what is it? Reese. Happy? I don't see the new pets in my journal. I know there's 2 pets for achievements. But they're not in the uncollected section of my journal. That's kind of funny. Oh, Clause for Concern is up. Let me look because I need that. I need that. But I've been burned before. Sometimes somebody says it's up and then somebody else is like, "Yeah, it is." And then like 4 other people are like, "No, it's not." And it's like not universal. Documenting a dream. Bubble rescue. I don't see it up. Maybe I have to go there. I'll pop by the Emerald Dream at some point to check. But for whatever reason, Clause for Concern is like wonky, and it seems inconsistently up for different people. World Quest List. World Quest List is the name of that add-on. Yeah, this is the 12-month mount. You can also get it with a 6-month sub. It doesn't have to be 12. It could be 6. It's the Auspicious Argowin. Okie dokie. I'm excited. There's an achievement incoming here.
Secrets. We must uncover them,
So,
yes. We
hello.
should start scrying.
I feel
So we start scrying.
at home in the Azerothian Archives.
We put on our goggles.
The
I target
secrets
her,
of the past
and I dance.
fuel the discoveries of the future.
Ta-da! I got the
There
goggle
is
wobble.
always more to
You can do this during the intro quest. I just forgot to dance with her at Concord's Observatory, so I didn't know if it was going to come back. But it did. You can do it during the world quest, too. Okie dokie. For 708 fragments. What a strangely specific number. Last time I got burned because... I don't know if it was because, but last time I got burned when I like left the zone before I finished the world quest. So this time I'm going to make a point to do the entire thing. And we're not going anywhere. Primal storms still happen? I think so. I think they've continued. They've carried on. It feels fun to get like all the way into a new, I don't know, rep like this. It's just nice to have something to do. And that intro questline took like a while. So I felt pretty, I don't know, proud of myself for finishing it. And now I'm like, yeah, I get to do these world quests. I've unlocked them. I suppose that would be the main way to brute force extra fragments. If these world quests are account-wide, you could do the world quests on like a bunch of characters and you could force fragments that way, because it seems that we have like 15, almost 2,000 fragments, 2,000 fragments available from these 3 world quests. And if the world quest unlock was account-wide, and if the world quest can be repeated, then you'd be in good shape to do that. Like, it's not a 5,000, it would take a lot of flying around, but it's better than nothing, I think. Is it this? It's not that? Oh. I thought it was going to be one of those things in the flyer. Colder. Are we sure? Are we sure it's not one of these things in the flyer? No, getting colder. Something on the table. No, getting colder. Warmer. Warmer. Maybe it's behind the building. Maybe it's not inside at all. I'll go check outside. If you do the weekly on 6 characters, you can get the Finally at Rest achievement and the pet. I might do that then. That's like a big grind, but you know, what else do we have to do? After we run out of Freehold attempts, we're gonna be looking for it. Or upstairs. Oh yeah, upstairs, that's right. Just keep farming digs every hour. You have to unlock the world quest by doing the intro quest line. Which starts, there's flyers around Valdrakken that'll send you off on that. Here we go. Yeah, so if it's not upstairs, it might be... Oh, it might be upstairs. Here, let's just put the goggles back on. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I bet this is it. Because you just have to find the 3 things. Nice, okay.
Paint on this palette has aged and dried. These colors are frequently used in paintings of starry skies. You have
Also,
wrested
I want to
another
redeem
secret
Morchi.
from
Oh, we're doing
spirits
the
of
Emerald Dream story.
past.
Found Chromie
Well
and Eternus
done,
working
my
together.
friend.
Could the Infinite Dragons join the good flights? Okay. Where's the next one? World quest list lets you sort by faction, which is kind of nice. One in the Zerlot Caverns and one in the Unarmed Plains. Let's do this next. Your hair is a different color from yesterday. Witchcraft. I can't.
Part of the joy of exploring is
It's hard to
documenting
have
our
self-control once you've started
It's
wearing wigs to
magic
not just
about
buy
my
like
hair in
50 of
winter.
them. It's hard to like, you know, calm down and be like, listen, more is not always more. You can only wear one at a time. Calm yourself. You only have so much room to store them. Loving the wig era. Where do you get your wigs? A couple different places online. This is a cheap one from Amazon. I got a couple of them from the Extension Room Canada, which is a Canadian wig shop. And then I got a couple that you guys haven't seen yet, but I got a couple from Lush Wigs UK. And those ones feel really nice. I like those a lot. Why shouldn't I buy this mohawk wig? What you're saying is wigs are like D&D dice. But, you know, a little bigger. Although, I mean, I don't know how big your dice are. And then we go to the things and then we press the button. So close to getting 3k IO, but this week's affixes are a nightmare. It is spiteful this week. Oh no, afflicted. That's right. That's right, because the afflicted was behaving as a player. They fixed that apparently. Afflicted and bolstering. Yeah, that's gross. Holy moly. Definitely need to stay away from them then. Snowblood, thank you for the 52-month resub. Happy Saturday anniversary. Afflicted was so broken. Oh man. I'm glad I didn't do any keys while it was that broken, but I also kind of wished I'd seen it. I feel like it sounded very funny. Maybe not as funny if it was like the last key that you needed for an achievement that was important to you, but if you were just messing around for a good time. Having the worst time plugging 19s to 20s as a warrior. Is it tough to get into the groups, or are the groups just messy? I love this transmog that I'm wearing. I unmogged the Glazer as much as I loved it. I found this dusting brush, which I think is like a Dragonscale Expedition mog. Because I don't have any of the Azerothian Archives mogs yet. So I wanted to put some stuff on in the meantime just to kind of fill out the mog set until I get those. First boss in Atal Desire was eating the afflicted NPCs. I mean, that's just convenient. You are preserving the relics in honey. Nature's antiseptic. Second boss of Galakron's Fall. My healer's having a mental breakdown. Second boss of Fall. Is that Time Ways? Yeah. Yeah. I really like both of the dungeons. You could make an argument to do a lot of Rise keys while it's still in the mix for Quantum Coursers. I don't know. I did like 3 Rise keys. I didn't get any Coursers. I saw 2 other people get them and I got tired. I don't think I have what it takes. Timeways and Tyrannicals, Nightmare Fuel. Add more Dispels. It's unplayable. Oh, that's right. The Dispels. Ugh. Yeah, that's true. You just have to have other people help, I think, is at that point. Like, you just have to make sure you've got people that have dispels. You got to make sure they've specced into them before the run starts, because a lot of people, myself included, will just not have the talent point in, like, decurse or whatever it's going to be. And then, you know, worst case scenario, you can heal the ads, but there's enough going on in that fight without needing to heal anything else. Oh, that sounds miserable. I got one turned into midnight. Falls miserable on healers. Got my 20, refuse to run it anymore. I think that Timeways is my least favorite boss of all of all of Dawn of the Infinites. But the rest of it I don't mind so much. I like Galakron a lot. Galakron I like much better than Deus. And I always forget which dungeon I'm in, so when I get to that last room and the room opens up and it's Galakron and not Deus, I'm like, yes! That's right, we get the good one, because that one's just really fun to heal for me. I guess Holy Priest is just well suited to it. I don't think we need to keep these, but I'm just going to keep them anyway. Okay, so now I need to go to the Zerlet Caverns. There is a hole in the ground right over this way. You know what's interesting? I got 708 mysterious fragments for the first quest. And then reputation. But I just did that second one and it gave me, it said it was going to give me fragments, but it just gave me gold. I got 632. I mean, I guess I saw the fragments on World Quest List. Maybe it's a World Quest List bug. I'll do them anyways for the reputation. But fragments are what I'm really here for. I would much rather have 700 fragments than 600 gold. Wiping on a key as we speak. Hard time getting invited. Can't deal with the affix. Most groups are failing hard. Oh, sounds like a bummer of a week. Hopefully things go better for you next week. That's no fun. I always get turned around. You'd think that as long as you're going down, everything's fine, but I just don't trust it. If I come out back into the Unearned Plains, I will have deserved it. Yep, there we go. Turning around. Oh, I thought I was heading downstairs. I feel like after the patch, my flight settings got kind of... I feel like I've got way more wind effects than I used to. And it makes it hard to see where you're going. Turn that off sometimes. Somehow. Yeah, it's gold this time. It's not whatchamacallit. Fragments after all. Just the first one was fragments. Maybe I would just do that first one then. 708 fragments, as many times as I can handle it.
To collect crystal samples. Catch some before they shatter.
And then I'd have to look into whatever is needed for the achievement.
Blocking the light we use to navigate. Mount up and knock them from the skies.
I don't want that one.
We shook up a real treasure with this one. I know it. Get in
Major
there and
finds.
see
Okay,
what
so
it
we're looking
is.
for the dirt piles. Do I have to talk to her first? I think I'm getting confused by the extra world quest because I really don't want to do the Moss to a Flame thing because it's only for flight stones and I don't even need those. I've been capped on flight stones forever. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found it. You'd think I would remember that. Here we go. This reputation better be worth it.
We're gonna be
Well, at least that's all you needed to do.
Nice job digging it up.
Yeah, 15 supplies, 2 whelp crests, 635 gold. We get anything from this? Oh yeah, broken beaker. Okay. Azerothian Archives. Complete any site's entry. I wonder if progress towards this is like... I know there's like hidden quest trackers. I wonder if it really would work to do it on a bunch of characters. I might not worry about it. I might just keep doing it on Ingsy. She's the one that needs the rep. Alright. Let's do another couple of Freehold attempts. Now chances. Happy Shadow Priest is getting buffed next reset. It's one of my favorite specs in the game. Yeah, very cool. Should I park her back? I'm gonna maybe fly her to the archives now, just so I can really push it to the last minute. I don't want to be late. Pardon me.
Not everything in the ocean is as good looking.
Now we're up to 19k fragments. 19 point. Yeah, I only need 400. The next big dig is gonna get me enough to buy the mount at least. And then everything we're saving up for after that is cheaper. So we'll be in good shape. Everything will feel like it's coming a little bit faster, I think. Oh, the time rift is active. Should I be doing the time rift right now? I guess I could do a time rift. Hang on a second. One moment. My evoker has encapsulated destinies, and I still need lots of mog from those. May as well do it while it's up. Status 85. Thank you very much for the 2-month race up. I've been waiting for all the things to get an update. Curse Forge. Any luck today? Up to date 1025. Oh yeah, maybe. It happened so fast. I don't know if that did it, but I mostly want to see a big list of everything I'm missing from the archives. Have that all added up nicely. Alright, so I have one Encapsulated Destiny buff active. I don't think I'm going to worry about joining a group. I just want to make sure that I'm part of the end boss around here. So let's go report in. I've done one of these a week already, so we don't need to do a weekly quest.
I can aid you. The enemy is building fortifications. Demolish them.
But there's only one mount left from these. And I think that's where my next fragments are going to be going. No life the time rifts when they first started. They were fun in the beginning. Yeah, I like them. I like them well enough. I think they're in my top 3 for Dragonflight public events. I enjoyed the, I like just how much stuff there was from them. Like, all the pets were super cute and pretty unique. And then then just like a bunch of mounts and Mog and stuff. I wish I had known about the Eon's Fringe daily earlier. I would have been, well, I mean, it's hard to say what I would have done, but I would have liked to have been more on top of that. I think I could be finished with this already if I had been just doing, like, you know, 1 daily a day and then 1 rift a day to get, like, a guaranteed something. Unfortunately, I think that they can give you the dilated time capsule, or just like a piece that you would buy from it as your guaranteed piece of loot. It doesn't have to be one of the cosmetics, but it's still better than no chance. Tim, thank you very much for the 15-month resub. Welcome back.
I see we have a powerful foe before us. Defeat it!
Oh, she is powerful. That's all that my beacon took off. Your autonomous cat has turned its back on chat. Yeah, affixes are in kind of a strange place. Kobolana, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it very much. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Anyone else missed the triumphant roar echoes from atop the seat of the aspects as Nazur, the Unbound Legacy is formed? I think you just reminded me that I haven't seen that in ages. It used to sting. It used to smart a little bit every time I heard that. I need played green. I'm not actually busy with you, buddy. Dance with the NPC during all 3 intro quests. Didn't get it. Weird. I got it this morning, so it's definitely awardable, but there could be some weirdness about it. The Concord World Quest is up in Waking Shores. Wish every affix was a kiss curse situation like the seasonal ones were. I played green. I don't know if we're gonna get this purple box. I guess it doesn't really matter. I was having a hard time being able to check the Goggle Wobble achievement. It wouldn't load for me in-game yesterday when I was like trying to look at it because I wanted to see what my progress was on it because I knew I had gotten some of it done. And I just wanted to look at it, but it wouldn't show. It did finish though. I think we just need a big AoE thing. No good. Close. Oh hey, they gave it to me. Maybe there's like a pity roundup thing. Alright, what boss we got?
We've arrived in a time when the Lich King and his armies succeeded in scourging the world. Life stands no chance in this Azeroth. Only death and undeath trouble this time.
Jeff Reach and 20 money. Welcome. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Here is the source of our troubles.
I hope you guys had a great stream.
Fractured causality. Time to strike it down.
Got done cleaning up, spilling coffee on my desk. Not ideal. We've all been there. I hope you missed your keyboard.
Do not give up, champions.
I keep a towel, like I keep a tea towel on my desk at all times, just because even with like sealed top beverage containers, I still find ways to spill things. There's always going to be a teacup here or there that gets knocked over once in a while. Oh, I got a paracausal fragment of Frostmourne. That is not what I wanted. I think that's what our encapsulated destiny gave us that time. Oh well. We got some flakes. We got some boxes. Oh, I got some leg plates actually from that one box. The plate ones. Keyboard's okay. Get to the carpet quickly though. Ooh. Raid party has to wait for 10 minutes to spread the raid message. Wanted to say hello. Oh yeah, I had follower mode turned on. We had an issue yesterday. Dive more to this version than the original. That one's like strangely hard for a world event boss. Okay, I'm gonna put my next destiny up just for next time. She's sitting on 850 flakes, so not enough, but enough for now. And then I want to mail these to Crinkle. Let's go. I used to drop mailboxes right over there, and then they would vanish, and I would be upset because the 3-hour cooldown was burned. Send mail, Crinkle. We got 19 minutes until the next dig. I really am gonna fit some Freehold attempts in this time. Okay, we did these ones. I think it's her turn next. Send out my my Shadowlands Pet Charm mission and then hop over to Freehold. Love Katie's Stamp Whistle. Have you tried out the new Drakthir Soar? I keep forgetting. I used to use Soar relatively often before they changed it. And I just keep forgetting. TLDR. Finish completed missions. Free anima. Any new Pet Charm missions? No? Send out some more anima missions, maybe? Good anima missions? No anima missions? Nothing? Alright. Did I finish the Paladin Legion Hall? No, but I finished the Demon Blood step when the mission tables. So, oh hey, 1600 gold. That's 1600 gold I get to keep. I finished the mission table step, or at least one of the mission table steps. I don't know if they're going to do that to me again. But should be good. So if I wanted to go to Borealis, do I not have Tome of Teleportation in this character? Big advantage of swords, you don't use any energy to lift off. 2 hours fishing in Gilneas, still don't have the goggles. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's really rough. Do the rep one too, they turn into 2k gold eventually. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Where was that going? I was trying to go to Freehold. I can get to Freehold. Actually. Called Tira's Wormhole Generator. Maybe we'll get lucky. I forgot that my old priest main is like an engineer. Because, yeah, she's an engineer.
The Horde army is pushing hard into
because that was like the only way to be in Shadowlands. It was the only way to live.
they set upon our soil.
Ages since I saw the Kyrian hangout place. Wanted Hearthstone in viability there.
Some stinking orcs are trying to move through our territory, but I can smell them from miles away. Rough them up!
Apparently you get the Worgen teleport toy, even if you don't have a Worgen, and you didn't do the questline in a Worgen. It still gets added to your toy box journal if you do the questline. It's just that you can only use it on a Worgen. You don't even need to loot it. I found that out. I was told about that yesterday. TLDR missions is the mission add-on. TLDR. Seems I got lucky with the glasses. Got them on my second cast. I was worried I was going to miss them because my rarity wasn't tracking them, and then they're like a white quality item, and then you're also catching a bunch of white quality fish. So I had been fishing for a while, and then I started to get paranoid that I was going to like just find them in my bags, and I would have caught them like 20 minutes ago. That wasn't what happened. I did have to fish a little longer for them, but still. Nice. Means I'm only missing 15 toys. Thought everyone got it regardless of Borgin up until seeing your vid this morning. I don't think I mentioned the Hearthstone in my video. Gotta grab some lunch. See you later. Never worry about that. Took me 118 casts to get the goggles. I do like this character. I used to think I wanted to be a human Holy Priest main because I thought that human Holy Priests were just like the most graceful, you know, lovely iteration of it. And I still think that's true. But gnomes, you know. I think the Mog looks a lot nicer on a human, but gnomes. I had to be a gnome again. Sliced up a bunch of onions this morning for French onion soup, going in the crock pot. Very nice. Void Form? I'm spec'd into Dark Ascension right now. I am in Shadow Form though. I am just using the Glyph of Shadow so it doesn't look very, it looks very subtle, but it is still on. Did WoW add a roguelike dungeon in Shadowlands? Mm-hmm. They added Torghast, which is basically WoW's version of a roguelike. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot better once it was mostly for fun and cosmetics and not so much for getting my legendary. Do you think you like gnomes so much because you're also really short IRL? Yes. Short's a relative term. I'm really short if you're comparing me to like a giraffe or an elephant or an NBA player. I am not 6'10". I am 5'10". Cash is just being odd. I feel like the archive is a bit of an experiment to see how much players will interact with a faction with 0 player power. Yeah, I had a thought that was similar to that, and I was watching all of the people engaging with the archives, and I felt kind of encouraged, being like, look at all these people doing stuff just for cosmetics. They don't have to make things all mucky with player power. Archaeology 2.0. Okay. I have the same problem Horde said. Mog looks great on Blood Elves, but goblins. Personality counts for something. Okay. And do those. What are we saying? We're 11 more minutes until the next dig. 250 Stygia.
Fine, leave. I was...
Wonder how many players only interact with systems like Mythic Plus in pursuit of cosmetics. That's an interesting question. I feel like it would be difficult to figure out. For me, even though I like collecting cosmetics a lot, and they're a nice bonus to Mythic Plus, Mythic Plus is something I think that I would do anyways, even if there wasn't cosmetics, the same way that I'll still show up to a raid night even if I know there's no transmog to get. It's like a nice bonus, but I like Mythic Plus because I like running keys with my friends. I think it's fun to be part of a party, and we all have our role, and you know, it's fun to push keys. in its own right. The same used to be true for PvP. I don't know if I would PvP if there was no Vicious Mount anymore, though. I do Mythic Plus for the worst cosmetic of Raider IO score. This is my Darkspear troll that I can get Heritage Armor on next. Or whatever patch it is that's adding Heritage Armor. How many players would be playing Mythic Plus if the reward was ugly rags but with a lot of player power? No cosmetics, just power rewards. I don't know. I feel like a non-zero amount, but we'll never know. So, PFA rate sets. 20 and Jeffrey. Thank you very much. As a priest main, are you a fan of the current priest tier appearance? Which is your favorite color of the 4 available? I do like current priest tier. I like the normal mode color variant of it. I think it's the reddish one, unless I'm getting them mixed up. I liked the Season 2 look better than the Season 3 look, because the Season 2 look was, like, incredible. But I do like the current Season 1 too.
Think you can stand against me?
Whenever I raid, even though I raid an entire season, I never manage to get the entire appearance set. I have to, like, farm it solo after the fact, like a couple of expansions later, if I want to, like, finish sets. I usually end up, like, 6 of 9 pieces when I just raid a tier. It's not like PvP where you just do the bare minimum and then you get the entire set just as a matter of course. Heritage 1027. Check the mount. Maybe next time. We got 8 more minutes till dig time, so we can fit another character in here.
Are you ready for the epic journey?
Season 2 is probably the best priest set of all time. It was so good that I feel like a lot of other classes were like jealous of it. I heard a lot from paladins. Yeah, I probably should use the catalyst to finish it. I could never be bothered. It sounded annoying trying to figure out which, I mean, why can't I be bothered? Why is that too annoying? It doesn't sound that annoying when I actually say it out loud. I don't know, I just never did it. I guess I just, like, after I've got my tier set, I just forget about the catalyst. Love the Season 3 Shaman set. Or, like, it would be annoying to try to get source pieces to catalyze of the right item level bands for colors. Or, like, trying to sort out which source pieces to hold on to or where to get them or what I'm looking for to, like, fill out the different colorways. Bearing in mind that you can upgrade them. I think it just gets complicated to the point that I get tired and then I want to turn the game off. Because there is a most efficient way to do it. There's probably, like, you farm an item of this item level bracket, and then you catalyze this, and then you upgrade it, you know, with your flight stones and whatever to here, and then you get this appearance. And, like, I have all those currencies, and I might even have some of the pieces available, or maybe they're easy to get, but, like, I don't know, just the figuring out what I need would sound stressful. Just don't sell anything until season end. Yeah, I'm a big fan of cleaning up my bags. I don't like holding on to stuff. Exactly, because you can get 2 tier piece colors per single item, which makes it more convenient but also more complicated. I made a second DK solely so I could use more catalyst charges for the LFR recolor. Maybe I'd make a project of it just to do the priest set, but I could also just, like, wait 4 expansions and then solo the raid and then farm the Mog that way. Oopsies. I'm not very optimal with how I go about farming transmog because I feel like I'm so far away from having most of it that I'm never going to run out of things to do and then be like, oh man, I would be 100% finished if only I had used my catalyst correctly. Wish for follower raids as well. Yeah. Maybe this is the one. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha. Or I would take a Sea Brawler's Great Helm. I wouldn't say no. This mount? This is the Ghastly Charger. This is a TCG mount. This is one of my favorites. It flies too. I am using Rarity and all the things to keep track of drops. Rarity to track my mount attempts, and then all the things to look at the transmog that I'm missing from this instance. Hey, come on, 88. Thanks for giving out a gift sub. Follower raids would be a cool way to end time walking while leveling. Questing through Northrend, finishing with ICC. That would be kind of cool. I like that idea. Did I kill him? I didn't hear the sounds. I did it on Crinkle already this week. She's already done. Oops. Oh, that's funny. And the guy that teleports you out isn't even here. I forgot I had done it on her because I had like moved her from Hall of Origination, so I did hers early. Like, wait, where's Harlan? What do you mean? Oh dear. I guess I'm just gonna run her out of this instance then, because the guy that teleports her from the end isn't there. But I don't want to. I want to leave her here for next week, so I guess I'm just gonna run back to the beginning. Oops. Yeah, Dig's gonna be up in another 4 minutes. My priest is there at least, so I don't have to travel there. I think. I'm pretty sure I parked her there ahead of time. Jump off the bridge. I'm just gonna run just in case. Besides, it's not that far. Oops, I can't believe I forgot that. My precious system of doing them all in order. Sharkbait, come back! Sky Captain Craig. My bird, give it. Share.
Oh, don't mind Sharkbait.
Big Dig seems slow going for rep and fragments. Do you think it's worth to find the world quests? World quests are definitely way faster for rep. Fragments, I feel like doing big digs is still worth it. Although it's kind of arguable. It depends on how impatient you are. Okay, alright. Oh, hang on. I set myself stuff, that's right. I set myself the Night Elf shield and spear. And then these leg plates and then the bow too. Yeah, my plan for the big dig is to keep doing it every hour until I don't feel like it anymore. Hi Hazel, Floyd here now. Hello! Welcome back. Hope your day's going good. Oh, kitty cat, do you want me to move those? I have a bunch of plushies stacked on the chair in my office, and Kitty has like perched herself very delicately on the very— oh, I'm only in Thaldraszus. I thought I was at the dig. I gotta go! Kitty has perched herself very delicately on like the tippy-tip edge of the chair. I can move those. I'm sorry, honey bear. It's Kitty Cat's chair. Although, I don't know if she knows that I've moved them. Okay, we're zooming. We're zipping. Oh, we're not that far. Kit Katsu, thank you for the 29-month resub. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. Get fragments from the first world quest of the 3. The 2 others changed to gold rewards after the first one. That happened to me too. I thought it was like a world quest list bug. Is it just that you only get fragments from the first one? That's weird. Why? Is it account wide? Like, could I, if I logged onto an alt and looked at those world quests, would they all give gold now? Because if so, they're clever. They're on to me. Can't see those world quests on alts. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get more fragments that way. I call my pupper Boo Bear. Boo Boo Bear with 2 boos is one of the nicknames around here. You can apply it to yourself if you're not feeling very good. You can be like, I am Boo Boo Bear. But then also if it's like the puppy or the kitty or something, you can be like, aw, Boo Boo Bear. If they're being like, you know. Bleh. Okay, we made it. I'm here. I'm on time. Oh, I love these pets. Those are gorgeous. Why did they invent a new type of archaeology that's worse than the old archaeology in every way? I liked old archaeology too. I do feel like old archaeology didn't become popular in public discourse until Blizzard said they were done with it, and then all of a sudden it's like everyone's favorite thing. I feel like either nobody cared or people were like, it sucks and it's boring. And then Blizzard was like, it does suck and it is kind of boring. And everybody's like, wait, no, that was my favorite. And I know it's not, like, not all the same people, but it's just kind of funny how like the public opinion turned around on it the moment that Blizzard said they weren't going to make any more of it. I like this event, but I don't feel like it has anything to do with archaeology aside from sharing a theme and the Technoscrine quest being a little bit similar. It doesn't feel like they've replaced archaeology. It feels like they've still given up on archaeology and they've just done a world event that has the same theming. Waited every year to work on Old Ark for achievements to Halloween for instant outing. Oh, I think players just like to complain. You might be onto something. But if I really miss old archaeology, I have more of it that I could do for transmog. I got a lot of old things from archaeology. I have like the Akira mount and whatnot, but I definitely don't have all of the transmog appearances. So I could do more if I feel like I really miss it. I could go farm myself like a Zin Rock or whatever.
What's this?
Yeah, that thing Robin needed.
Mind?
As a real-life archivist, I feel like I must mention that this thing we're doing to get an archivist title is not archiving at all. Got all the toys? Maybe? I don't know. I've never really tried to 100% toys, so I might be missing some of them. Sinrock does not exist. I'm not a fan of old archaeologists. Welcome any attempt to improve it. I think it's supposed to be like the archaeology we use today in real life, where we summon elementals from totems to find treasure. I like it when we get like 14 people to all stand around something that is large and apparently glass and to hit it with shovels. And then pages come out of it. Yeah. That's fine. I need to make sure I pay enough attention to hit the boss this time. I completely forgot to tag the boss last time. I was just chatting away, having fun doing laps, excavating my piles. And then it was like, oh, it's over. There was no boss. There was a boss. I just didn't notice it. Morning, who's your friend? This is Mimi the plushie. A kitty cat wanted to sit on the blue chair, and it was occupied by plushies, so I've reclaimed them. Standing there, eat the weird. Chat distracted you with rice cooking and bread. I was telling them all about my brand new sourdough starter, whose birthday was yesterday. That I have named Elise. Do you have the same problem where some achievements don't show up? Trying to get old achievements, some of them do not show up. Yeah, or like some of them won't. Like they'll appear in meta achievements, but you won't be able to click into them. There might be some weirdness with the achievement journal just since the patch. They might just need to put an update. Did you let the alarm clock do its thing today? I did, but yesterday when I was turning off the alarm clock, I apparently pressed every button to try to make the alarm stop. And in doing so, accidentally turned the brightness of the time numbers up to maximum. And today, I woke up like 9 times between like 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. And I was like, is that the sun rising? Is it time to get up? I don't want to get up yet. I'm tired. And then like, I finally realized after like resisting getting up for ages that it was 4 in the morning and it wasn't time to get up. It was just that the numbers were so bright that I couldn't sleep. But I didn't know how to turn them down because I've just gotten this thing somewhat recently.
So much of the past.
But I've turned them down now, so hopefully tonight I can get a good night of sleep. It's just like a new thing I'm adjusting to. It's the blankets all over again, man. I keep trying to improve the sleeping experience and I just keep making it worse. Here we go. So yeah, I'm pretty tired. I did not sleep good. Tough to sleep with the thing. Change is hard. I do, however, I will say, really like not having my phone in the bedroom. I set my phone up a new charging station in my office, and I'm just pretending it's a landline. Like, it stays in that charger with the ringer turned all the way up, unless I need it for something, which it turns out is never. And I feel much better. I'm much less tempted to, like, go on it and scroll or, like, look things up that aren't important. So that part I'm a big fan of. It's easier to rest in the bedroom when there's no phone in there. And it's just book. I like that part. I just need to get used to the new alarm. Watch can serve you the few notifications. You would think. You would think. I think at this point in my life, my family knows that I'm very difficult to get a hold of in a hurry, so it's good that nobody really needs to get a hold of me in a hurry because I don't always get my notifications right away. I think they understand. Archaeology has nothing to do with the event. You don't get any archaeology skill for it. Sourdough's fun to make. Not a huge fan of the taste. I love the flavor of sourdough bread. The sourer, the better. Do you have an actual landline? God, no. Absolutely not. I'm just pretending that my cell phone is a landline. If I could, there's probably a way you could like get some device that connects to your phone, but that like looks like an old-fashioned phone that you could use. I wonder if that would make me feel any better about talking on the phone if I didn't have to be on like the rectangle. Thanks for the tip on the interact button in the news video. Make clicking the pile so much easier. I got it from my chat. I think Katebot said that. It's great. Apple Watch have an alarm? Maybe? I don't know. It's charging out here with the phone. I have an all-in-one charger that charges my phone and my Apple Watch. So the watch has also been banished from the bedroom. It is the only thing is the book. Hazel, did you have a princess phone during your rural Canadian upbringing? I didn't have a princess phone, but I once bought from a book fair catalog thing, of all things. I bought remember when technology, you could like see through it? Like the big thing was to have like translucent plastic as a casing for gadgets so that you could see like the circuits and stuff under it. I had that, but it was like a phone and it was like a really small one. And I found out that there was like a phone jack in my bedroom. So I had like my own private phone in my bedroom. And I bought it and I plugged it in and it worked. Except that when my parents found out, they took it away because you're not allowed to have a private phone in your bedroom. You must take your phone calls in the kitchen where people can hear you to make sure that they know what you're talking about, which is fair. I think. I don't know. I'm not a parent. But it was... The funny thing is, nowadays, I like loathe talking on the phone. I have like a great deal of phone anxiety along with everything else. And it's like funny to me that was something that I wanted as a kid, was like my own phone, when now I can't get away from it. But that was the dream. Harsh for a teenager? I don't know if I was a teenager. I might have been younger than a teenager at that point. Cause like once I was like 16, I got my own cell phone. They didn't want me to, but they couldn't argue with it if I paid for it with my own money. I mean, they could have argued, but like they chose not to put a fight with it, as like they wouldn't buy me a phone, but if I bought my own phone and I paid for my own minutes, then they weren't gonna pitch a fight over it. So when I was like 16, I got like a flip phone and you know, Virgin Mobile, that thing, and I would like, you know, text my friends or call my friends on that. Plastic inflatable transparent furniture was so cool. I'm 31. I was born in 92. Did you come up with a coded language with your friends? No. No. Although we would speak in French to each other as though we were the only ones that took French when everybody took French. And also, my French wasn't very good, so we couldn't say very many things. Remember playing PopCap Bejeweled on a flip phone. I do not speak French. I do not speak French. If I ever had another Duolingo phase, it might be fun to do French again, just because I've studied French a number of times. I took French all the way through 12 in high school. It's just that was a long time ago, and I remember nothing. You want to get French if you want a government job around here, but I don't know if I want a government job. I don't think the government of Canada is looking for a World of Warcraft influencer. Okay, here we go. Any fragments? Good fragments? Good fragments? Yes? No? 20k? 20k. Yeah, there we go. We got what we were looking for. We got enough fragments. We're going shopping. What would be your dream language to speak? You could just wake up one morning and speak it without needing to learn. I mean, honestly, I live a sheltered enough life with little enough traveling that I don't really need any languages other than English. It never really comes up. And that's part of why I've never stuck with anything. So it would just be for feeling more cultured, which I feel like is a bit of a silly reason to learn a language on its own. You know, maybe learn the language and then go to the place, and then you'll become more cultured. I was studying Korean for a while because I thought that it was going to be important. And also I was having kind of like a Korean culture phase at the time. But I feel like French would get me farther. The backpack drop. Oh, congratulations. Very nice. Yeah, yeah, I feel like I thought I was going to be some kind of esports coordinator. It never, I don't know why I thought that. I had no reason to think that. But, anyway. I also wanted to learn Korean when I got into K-pop. Japanese would be fun for anime. Don't let your dreams be memes. It wasn't much of a dream. I don't think it was that important to me. Honestly, I think my dream is to do basically this, but just own the house. Right now I'm renting an apartment. If I could live this exact life and be relatively on top of like day-to-day things, and then also just like own the room I'm streaming in, that's like the whole dream. That's it. I don't want anything else. Koreans for K-drama would be cool too. Esports presents teams as friends who work together to be the best. Yeah, it presents them as friends who work together and play games and also are the best and also are famous. It looks a lot more glamorous than I'm sure it is. The closer I got to it and the more I heard, especially from like WoW esports players, is that it's awful. It seems really, really, really not worth it unless you are absolutely diehard in love with the game or you just have nothing else to do. Like, it's so bad. Like, it doesn't pay. The hours are awful. The treatment is awful. The sponsors drop you the moment the season's over. It's an insane amount of work. Nobody really appreciates you. You know, like the best case scenario for a WoW esports player is to get a successful Twitch stream, and then that has actual like income opportunities. But just being good for the sake of being good gets you almost nowhere. Even Overwatch League players were getting just the real short stick. Okay, I came to this vendor for one thing and one thing only right now. I want my pack beast. It says, a true explorer never stays in one place for long. Having a reliable pack beast with a strong back and sturdy legs is essential for travel. You betcha.
Stay the course.
And now I have every archivist,
one-of-a-kind items.
Azerothian Archivist mount. So after this, we're basically just buying transmog. I don't know which transmog, because they're really expensive and there's a lot of them.
Time is of the essence.
Let's check out the new mount. $238,000 fragments is what ATT says. Yeah, it's a big number. It's a little scary. Got the hat drop from the dig yet? No. No, I don't think anybody has. People were talking about it this morning. Well, it was much more about PvE. Mm-hmm. But I think that there's fewer... Like, I agree with you about Max, but I think there's more to Max's success than just his status as a PvEer. I think that he's got kind of like a unique... like a unique position. Like, you don't have... Like, with top-level PvPers, there would be more of them that would be successful, whereas there are, like, a handful of, like, World First Raider streams that do well all year round. But it's not as viable outside of Race to World First. Yeah, he's a good streamer, exactly. Alchemy's getting annoying. People buy up gold, Primal Convergent instantly, silver ones sit on the auction house. Hoping it'll be similar to Time Rest, where the vendor items can drop from the dig. I also really wanted that. I hoped that was going to be the thing. Well, I guess this is kind of cute. It kind of looks like I've put a silk ribbon on the guy. Like, it's kind of a shiny ribbon for, like, a pack beast. I got a big old red blanket. Alright. Now what? I guess I'll take her back to the dig so that she's ready for the next one, and then take a look and see which other characters still need Freehold.
The great sport of talent.
Can I do a backflip? That has to be from something, right? Are you quoting like a meme or a TikTok, or is this just like a personal interest of yours? I think the mount special, it just moves its head around. I think it just does the here, I'll show it again. Mount special. That's it. Couldn't name the biggest PvP streamer to save my life. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is Sourdough. That's, like... Don't get me wrong, there are others. And some of them will kind of, like, migrate out of WoW. Like, Pika, I feel like, streams other stuff. Yeah. But I don't, like, a lot of people will get started in WoW, like, and then end up finding their footing and, like, actually getting big streams based on other stuff. I find Pika the most entertaining, plus has cat. Cat's a big modifier. Probably just a personal interest. Might be some childhood trauma that I'm unaware of, too. But yeah, I'm not super plugged into stream culture. Probably to my detriment, but it is what it is. Most of the things that I know about streamers is their pets. I know Max has dogs. I know Sourdough has Goldens. I know Pika has a cat. I haven't spent much time watching anybody's stream because I'm lame and I don't network and I don't really put streams on, but like, I know they got doggies and kitty cats. I have a doggy and kitty cat. Love Max's dogs. Reptar, who isn't little anymore. Max's dogs are so cute.
Have you seen some of these creatures in the Onaran Plains? Adorable.
It's a perfect collab pitch. Hey, I have never seen your stream, but I've heard you have a dog. And I have a dog. Do you want to be friends? They're all so huge. Personally, I prefer to watch men's streams. Sure. Part of me wants to unpack that, and then part of me wants to not pursue that conversation thread any further. We're gonna park our character right here and do some more Freehold runs, eh? Oh, Mez. Pardon me. I just breathed in some water. That makes way more sense. Mez is a great streamer. Oh my god, that was funny. There's a typo and a half. Okay. Where are we going? What are we doing? How many characters need this? Evaleria's next. She needs to do a run. Oh man, the can of worms that just opened in my head. Like, should we talk about that? No, let's not talk about that. Saved. Oh. Man. I'm gonna go to Freehold. If the big digs have taught me anything, it's that I am remarkably good at killing 50 minutes and not accomplishing very much. I figured that in between each dig, if you have almost an hour, I'd be able to do so many things, and it would take so long for the dig to come back up, but I feel like I do one thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's time for the dig again, you better get going. Oh dear. Okay. How are my points doing? We got 5,000 honor, 1,000 conquest. I'm trying to like just buy up the transmug I need. And then we're going to, pardon me, paralysis. Trying to do a little IRL work in between, not being successful. Every now and then they add something in the game that does that. I used to do things in between Tormentors of Torghast. I used to log on pretty frequently. I must have been working on an achievement or something. There was some reason why I needed to do it like often, but I would log on pretty often and like do the Tormentors of Torghast. And I always told myself, oh, you're gonna get lots of stuff done in between. Nope. You just end up watching YouTube videos killing time. Between digs, usually work on Fruit of Bloom achievement. What's that? Acquire every Super Bloom Dream Fruit power at least once. Oh. Never heard of that. Bloom Man Group. Wow, there's a lot of Super Bloom achievements I don't have. Oh well. I feel like chasing achievement points is going to be where my WoW career goes to die. If I like somehow, and I don't know how, I don't play enough, but if I somehow played enough to like get really caught up in the collections that I collect and I had nothing else to do, then I would maybe pursue achievement points. And there's so many weird specific things that just, they all give you more. Dungeon difficulty mythic. Do weekly tormentors for one specific mob that drops a unique dagger. Oh. I used to study while farming Rust Feather. Had the game alt tabbed. Rare scanner would blow my ears off when it spawned. Wow, cheese for points is a rabbit hole do not mess with. I'm just gonna stealth right by this guy. Hazel, are you a YouTube subscriber? Or do you use some sort of ad blocker? Like a YouTube premium subscriber? When I get into watching something, like back when I used to watch Taskmaster on YouTube, I would just buy YouTube Premium so that it wouldn't have to get ads, because I liked putting it on my TV with like the Apple TV, and it was just easier to log into an account with Premium than it was to try to like skip ads. Nowadays, I go back and forth between actually like blocking YouTube, ironic I know, but blocking YouTube on my PC so that I can try to not get lost in rabbit holes, because I get really lost in rabbit holes at extremely inconvenient times with not a whole lot of self-control. So it's easier for me to use a site blocker to block it. So I go through cycles of having it blocked and then dismantling my blocks and then reapplying my blocks and then dismantling my blocks, and it's like a whole thing. Learned about Taskmaster like a month ago. Binged all 16 seasons. That's a lot of Taskmaster. I love it very much. I've seen all of it. I haven't watched the other country versions of it. What was my big plan here? I'm in Resto's Beck. I haven't watched the other country versions of it, but I've seen all of the British one. Started the New Zealand one, need to get back to it. I feel like I'm going to be just like, it's not going to be the same, and I'm going to want it to be the same, and it's not going to be the same, and it might be different and magical in its own way, but it won't be the same, you know, because there's only one Greg Davies. And I feel like it's kind of a very gentle line to walk where, like, other people trying to do Greg Davies' bit, I have a fear is just going to come off as mean. Like, with Greg, he kind of gets away with it because he's Greg. I don't know. Especially if you've seen his other stand-up. Like, he's really self-deprecating in his stand-up, so, you know, you don't really believe him when he's bullying people. But if it was some, you know, like, German comedian that I'm not familiar with, I'm just going to think they're bullying somebody. Like, it's just not going to pass the vibe check. Okay, no luck with that now run. Well, let's, she'll need to go back to Veldraken, I'm sure. New Zealand one, not as good, but the assistant is not far off from Alex. The account-wide Mog thing should be with the War Within pre-patch, so it should be before the next expansion. How long does it take to farm Pandaria reps? It's a good question. I thought Kirin Tor Offensive was a Legion rep. No, I must be mistaking it. There might be more than one Kirin Tor rep. Kirin Tor, is that the... It doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. I would give yourself a couple of weeks, but I'm guessing. I did try follower dungeons, yeah. I did one of them yesterday. It was fine. It was alright. Kirin Tor Offensive is the Isle of Thunder one. Oh, that's it. Tokens with Time Warp badges during Pandaria time walking. That's the tip. That's the move right there. I was confusing it with the one that gave you Khadgar's head. There was a Legion Kirin Tor rep, I thought. Just not the offensive. Kirin Tor defensive. Kirin Tor Manchester United. Sun Reavers was Horde. I'm gonna get ported back. Khadgar head pet thing is weird. That, like, was very tough for me to get. I had to farm the Khadgar's floating head in a ball thing for, like, a really long time. Like, it did not want to drop for me. I think the Kirin Tor rep, World Quest, and Legion straight up gave you the Wrath rep. Oh. Yeah, the head from the rep chests. And I think it had a chance to drop just from the regular emissary chest too. I might be mistaken on that. But in any case, I eventually got it, but it took me ages. That was the main pet that I was missing for a long time. I do like having the pet as a magic 8-ball. And then I also like the imp head and a ball toy as a magic 8-ball because sometimes you just want answers. Sometimes you just want answers to tough questions. And I don't have like a physical actual magic 8-ball in my life, so imp and a ball is gonna have to do.
Think you can stand against me, swine? Allow me to educate you.
Petal Bloom doesn't do so much damage. She really doesn't do so much damage. Oh my goodness. Am I in? No, I'm in balance spec. I'm in balance form. Use more Star Surges. Those will help, right? Alright, we're out of Eclipse. Let's get back into Solar Eclipse. Yeah, there you go. She's only at a level 383, so that's not helping. Any luck? She's doing her best! You're right. You're absolutely right. It's not easy being the only High Mountain Torn on my account. She's got a cute name, and that's the only thing she's got going for her right now. She turns into a moose.
Ah, it's you.
Not just me that struggles with balance. Yeah, never. Doesn't seem like it's ever going to be my thing, but that's okay. There's only so many things you got time in a day to have. It drives me nuts that their Eagle Flight form has antlers because I think it's incredible that it's a bald eagle and then they put moose antlers on it and it looks like you took an eagle version of Mr. Potato Head and you just started sticking things in there. It's silly. It's weird. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I should take a break. I haven't gotten up yet. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm You can turn your supplies into barter boulders at the Loam rep vendor. So inside of the big hut in Loam, the rep quartermaster will let you do that. Assuming that you have your Loam, your Niffin reputation done. Okay, time for Honeyplum to try this. Her gear also sucks, but if we ever try to farm anything harder than BFA dungeons, we're gonna have to gear these characters up. How'd that polar vortex been? We got a little cold snap, and then we got a couple days of snow, and then we've had a bunch of rain, and it's warmed up now. It's supposed to get to a high of like 7 Celsius today, which is balmy by recent standards. So I think the snow is going to be pretty much gone in short order, which is good with me. We got enough that we saw it. It was pretty. The dog frolicked, you know, worked out, and now it can all go away so that people can actually, like, you know, get their cars out if they need to. I actually had a Mr. Potato Head when I was a kid. It was not a fun toy. I feel like I saw one at, like, I don't know, a parent's house or something like that. Like, somebody had one. But I don't remember it being very exciting. Snow sucked, mostly sleet, frozen to solid ice. I heard that Portland got, like, blasted with ice specifically. It was a little slippy up here, but, like, not, it wasn't anything insane. And it's melting pretty fast now that the rain started. Ice upon more ice. Several power outages. Crazy cold here. Hit a record low not long ago. Negative 43 Celsius. Oh. Got at least 3 inches where I am. Oh man, that's nuts. Keeps thawing, refreezing. We're not getting any more of it, so it's going away slowly. Man, I would have just holed up at home. I would have just stayed in. Not going anywhere. Sorry, dog. You're getting bathroom breaks, then we're just going to do laps around the living room. I think it's a minor miracle that I haven't fallen violently over and fallen down yet in this ice because of just how excited my large puppy is when I'm walking him. It's a combination of Moose has actually been very well behaved in the snow, bizarrely enough. He's actually listening pretty well, so if I ask him to wait up, he will. And then I just got balance for days, you know, knock on wood, not to jinx it or anything, but like, can't take me down. Moose does not have his own Instagram, no.
Think you can stand against me, swine?
I don't remember to take pictures as often as I would like to. It's hard because if you're taking a picture, you're not currently actively snuggling with the dog, and currently and actively snuggling with the dog is like the optimal state of being. Yeah, her damage also a little bit of a struggle. Live in Canada, spent the last week in negative 53 Celsius. Where in Canada? I'm in Canada too, but I'm in a much nicer place in Canada. Temperature-wise, anyways. You have to deal with a lot of trolls, being a content creator on the internet. Dealing with them is optional, is the thing. There will be people that will say all kinds of things, and that's gonna be true no matter what. But to what degree you interact with it is really up to you. And that's kind of a tough thing, especially because not all of it is, like, obvious. Some things are kind of insidious and they, like, get under your defenses and then you realize you've been ruminating on them for 3 days. But, you know, people can only get in your head as much as you let them, so. Saskatchewan. What class is this? Very poorly geared elemental shaman. But I'm also lucky. I have a great audience. You guys are very chill. You're very friendly. You're very reasonable, which I appreciate. It makes it a not scary place to log on to every day and hang out. Daddy Direction, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Negative 53. Oh. That just hurts. What time is it? 11:08. Time for boy. Me. I'm Truss. You should go to Burning Steps and Hardcore Classic. Very not dangerous place. Many sights to see. I miss you telling me to do all kinds of stuff in Hardcore Classic. That was fun.
The Horde army is
Engine
pushing
difficulty
hard into
Mythic.
Terragard Sound. Make them regret every foot they set upon our soil.
HC self-found soon. Yeah. I think that's going to be my thing. I think I might sit Pal World out. And just farm Mog until self-found. Many friendly ogres in cave. Must go greet them. I like Boy's backpack because it's really small. I think that's one of the Tuskar ones. This is the run. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. I like that they let you skip all the bosses in here. Yeah, it's nice. I get into trouble with the trash and then I get snapped back to the bridges because I aggro too many things, but still faster than having to run all the way through like a King's Rest. I'm gonna miss this place when I'm done with it. Because I have almost all of the transmog. There's only 2 pieces of transmog left. I must have gotten one of the leather helmets because I just need the plate helmet and then another leather helmet. Or I guess I needed leather shoulders and they must have dropped for me. Because once I have those 2 pieces of Mog, I guess I'm still going to need Mog from like Heroic. Maybe. But there's not a whole lot else that's going to need doing. Do I have a pet? I do. I have an input out. It's up there. This is all the things that's keeping track of the Mog that I need for the instance. I also like using Can I Mog It to check in my bags whether or not I know something. And then I've got Rarity tracking my attempts on the mount. No luck. That's the helmet that I need, but I needed to drop on a leather wearing character. Excuse me. $119 attempts. I'd like to teleport outside, thank you.
What's the word?
Yeah, I don't have the map from King's Rest. I've heard of the lockout sharing skip. I don't really want to do it, but I couldn't explain why I don't want to do it. When was the last time that Moose had an indoor accident? Like a bathroom accident? Or just like a... Because he like crashes into things frequently. He gets very excited and he starts turning around the place and then he like flings his body into furniture. And that happens like daily. But he hasn't had like a potty training accident since like the first 2 weeks we brought him home, I think. And that was mainly just because he was baby and he was also confused. Because he had been using like the pee pads when he was with his fosters and we didn't use those. We just had him wait until we took him outside. So he was like looking around for a pad being like, is this it? Do I go here? No! Outside, outside, outside. But he got it. Moose sounds precious, excitable little baby. He loves people and dogs and he gets so excited and he wants to meet them. Somebody, like a delivery, like an Amazon or something, will knock on the door and Moose will like start wagging his tail and like go to the door and then go to us being like, can we go say hi, please? Maybe they want to play. And I generally don't let him say hi to the delivery people because you know,
Make them
not everybody wants to
every
get jumped
foot
on by
they
an enormous
set upon
puppy.
our soil.
Dungeon difficulty mythic. Here we go. Dude, my first follower dungeon, the AI tank is pulling like we're practicing for the MDI. Lockout sharing skip you had in a video years ago for Mim's head, life-saving. I don't even know if they still let you do that for Mim's head. I'm just glad I farmed my invincible with lockout sharing before they killed it in ICC. Bless everybody trying to get that mount now.
Watch your step.
There's a Facebook page of FedEx drivers who loved greeting all the dogs as they made deliveries.
Watch your step.
They do. Did it a couple weeks ago.
Watch your step.
When you go see Moosey first thing in the morning, he wants his Moosey hug where he kind of like puts his body sideways against your legs and then like thumps his tail and he wants like a big hug. So I'll sit down in his bed with him and then he'll kind of fall into my lap, except that he falls his shoulders down. Like he'll plunk his head and his shoulders onto my legs, but then his butt will remain standing up and he'll just like, you know, thump his tail and like snuggle like that. Like he won't lay down properly, or like it'll take him ages to like lay down. So he'll just have like his butt standing all the way up and his front like flattened all the way down. How dangerous are the tail wags? He's not bruising anybody with it. If it starts going against like the trash can, it gets like a pretty good loud drum sound going, like a bung bung bung. And he toppled a water cup off the coffee table, but that was my fault for leaving a water cup on the coffee table. Love a good tail thump. He doesn't want to be pet on the head. He will let me or his father do it, like my partner and I can pat him on the head. But strangers, he doesn't want them anywhere near his head. He wants body pets and he wants like side pets. But if like someone's saying hi to him, they'll like, you know, he'll sniff their hand and that's good. But if they like go to pat him on the head, he's gonna like back right up out of there. He won't bite them or anything, but he's just gonna dodge that one. Which I think is like not that unusual for dogs. I think it's pretty normal for them to be a bit cautious about that. Love a pup that knows his boundaries. He's really cute. I know he's a puppy and it like goes with the territory, but he's really cute. Hunter and healer AI followers are hilarious. The way they jump around, pull extra stuff. No luck. Pup was that way. Love neck scratches. He likes it when I get behind him and I get both of my fingers into like the scruff of his neck and I like really. Also, I pulled the first tuft of undercoat fur out of him yesterday. I don't know if it's time to be shedding yet, but that's the beginning. He's been shedding a lot for a while, but like that was the first time I pulled like I used to pull tufts of when I had a Kleekai. Joker's undercoat would come out like that, or like I had a Malamute cross as a kid and her undercoat would come out like that. This is the first time I saw that on Moose. Yeah, the first tuft of undercoat blow. I pulled it out and I'm like, hey, look at that. And then I let it drift away into the wind and then Moose like saw it and then like ate it. Like he pounced and ate it out of the air. And I like, why? For what? Why do you eat your own hair? He swallowed it too. Like he didn't like go, oh, and then go like try to spit it out. He just went, oh, yum. Strange. Dogs, man. Advice for mount farming the raids is to always go into the raid for different reasons and the mount will drop. The Astral Cloud Serpent dropped for me when I was farming the pet. Mim's head drop when I was doing Lucid Nightmare, and Invincible drop when I was doing Shadowborn Legendary. Just works. Better than the street moss. I guess so. The one nice thing about having snow for a few days is it's given us a bit of a break from him eating paper. He's been eating paper, or like napkins or Kleenex, which is super gross. I try, if he can get them, if he can pick them up before you can stop him, he'll pick any of that up. Bits of cardboard boxes and he'll just chew and eat them. Maybe he needs more fiber. Additional carrots for Mr. Moose. Teleport. Portal to Dalaran. There is a portal to Dalaran in here. I can never remember where it is. Sounds like everything is on the Moose menu. What is the most expensive thing that he's broken? I mean, probably his toys. But they're like for him, but he kills them real quick. Like, you can get him like a $30 plush toy and it will be in pieces despite how tough it said that it was. Yeah, probably like 30. I'm just gonna, don't judge me, I'm just gonna use the dollar on Hearthstone. I don't think Moose has broken anything. Well, he's like damaged some furniture, but not like critically. He's definitely, when he was teething, he definitely gnawed on some table legs. And they are like, they have bite marks on them now, but like the tables still stand. I haven't replaced them or anything like that. Maybe one day I'll see if I can get those like sanded out or something. Because he doesn't do that anymore. He was just teething real hard. I used to get him a bark box tough and the toys would be destroyed within hours. Most of his surviving toys that he still has are like the rubber ones. He doesn't usually, those take him a lot longer to kill. And I don't think they're as fun, but he will play with them. Like he'll bring you like his squeaky rubber pizza or like the rubber bone to fetch with. Might be able to just replace the legs. Maybe? I don't know, they're nice ones. I like that coffee table. And the chair. It's my article furniture. I don't know if they sell replacement legs. They might do.
Go in peace.
But I feel like you could probably sand it out and restain it too if you were like really good at life.
I still remember the way to the Light's Hope Chapel. I will meet you there.
That's for the campaign. I was here to do Freehold though. I want to do Freehold. Let's do this. Bunny destroyed my bed legs. Tables improve with its artistic touch. Distressed by Moose. Oh yeah, he also tunneled a hole through the doormat, but those are like 20 bucks. I'll just replace that when we move. Friend's bunny ate her baseboards. Are those expensive to replace, I wonder? Where am I going, Phil, do you reckon? Yeah, it's just tough when they're teething. He doesn't really chew things up anymore. Like, I'm very proud of him that he doesn't steal shoes. He's done with his shoe stealing. I appreciate that. That was hard for him. He really wanted to. For a while we had the shoes stored inside of a dog crate so that you put your shoes in shoe jail when you got home. And it was kind of a big mess by the door. And he's at a point now where he can leave the shoes alone, which I'm really proud of him. It's hard. It's tough to have self-control when you're just a pup, but he does good. He hasn't stolen any shoes in a while. His first true spring as an adult. Every season's gonna have something for Moose. Where am I going? That's right, just right. He likes all the seasons, though. He liked fall because he liked chasing around the dried leaves as they fell, and he loved all the sticks that came down in the windstorms. He likes winter because he liked the snow. He likes playing in mud, so any rainy season's gonna be good. And then I think he really liked coming hiking with us in the summertime, even though he was pretty small last time, so we didn't do as much hiking, but I think maybe this next summer we're gonna do more. Going through fields, seeing flowers blooming, him eating them. He likes sniffing flowers. He will stop and smell each individual flower in like a patch of flowers before we move on when we're walking sometimes, if somebody has flowers growing like by the sidewalk. He likes these yellow ones. I don't know what they're called. And he doesn't eat them, but he'll stop and sniff like each of them. It's really cute. My bunny also ate, for example, my boyfriend's new leather shoes. And does he prefer watching curling or ice hockey? He likes watching dinosaurs. Try and grow some of those yellow flowers in a pot for him. That would be cute. I have to figure out what they are. If they come back next year and I'm still living here, I should take my phone and do the phone ID thing. Figure out what kind of flowers they are. I hope that my next place has at least a good balcony for gardening. Maybe a little patio or something. I just need a little bit of sunshine. I'll garden in pots, it's okay. I just need some room. How do you get back to the ruins of Gilneas after you completed the quest? I flew there. It's on... as an Alliance player, I just flew there from Ironforge. If you're a Worgen, you have a teleport toy that can port you right there. A Horde player could probably just fly from Undercity, because it's just like right here. It's just part of the open world. You can dragon ride there, actually. Oh, speaking of dragon riding, it is so much nicer getting Horde characters to Freehold when they can all dragon ride. Dungeon difficulty. So our next dig is in 7 minutes. I think that Ironforge is closer than the Strat Pet dungeon port to Gilneas. It was kind of iffy for Hillsbred Foothills, but I think, because if Gilneas is here, and Ironforge is like here, and you can make it across that gap without fatiguing if you're dragon riding, whereas the Strathholm port's like way up here. I think it's like almost twice as far. Can you go to the old version of Gilneas? Is there an old version of Gilneas? Or do you just mean like phased before? I don't know, actually. How do you get to Ironforge? You port to Stormwind and then Borealis and then Ironforge. Borealis has an Ironforge portal. Yeah, you can do the big dig on the same tune all day. That's what I do. That's usually, usually how I get to Ironforge is I go to Valdrakken to Stormwind to Borealis to Ironforge. You could take the tram. But assuming that your loading screens are okay, the portal jockey's a bit faster. The tram's not fast, but it's scenic. It's nostalgic. Alright. One mount, please.
Think you can stand
Also, can you
against
get one back
me,
up?
swine? Allow me to educate you.
Nope. Leaving? You can come sit with me. I'll make room.
Watch way.
Oh, lost my hair elastic.
Phase
My
2.
fake hair is falling out. Public transportation fan.
Phase 3.
How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice.
Watch way.
No one better touch my
Any luck? Nope. Loads of dice. Okay. We're going... I guess I can just park him outside for now. I don't know why I know that one. I don't know where I heard it. But I heard it somewhere and I remembered that one. I saw TikTok, if you know you're living. When you're 19, you're picked up by a $300,000 ride. It's a girl getting on a public bus. Dice would never drop from your Mythic Plus. I've been getting just piles of them while farming for this mount. Partially it's because you're going to get loot from every boss and it's like a piece of Harlan loot, but yeah. Every time I see the dice, I think back to my Season 1 companions. Have you had a chance to try Pella World? No, I watched some of it, and I don't know if I'm going to play it. It looked really overwhelming. I played some Craftopia when when I first discovered Craftopia, which is by the same devs, and I found the experience to be like fun, but like really overwhelming to get into. There's just like so much going on that it's kind of a lot. Oh yeah, it is 4 minutes until dig time, so... And I think that Ripsy's going to be my last character that needs to do Freehold. I'll check my saved instances. Too much for my fragile soul right now. But yeah, I'm sure it's fun. Nice to have a well alternative. Jans and I are gonna start going in on it. Gotta buy it now. Nice. Yeah, I think I might be kept busy with my with what I've got going on now. Just play a bunch of extra Hearthstone Battlegrounds. How about playing Quake 2 instead? Guns. Arguably Pokemon. I know that Enshrouded. My friends are going in on Enshrouded at some point in the future. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I might like that one. And then, of course, Self-Found. I'm gonna try that. But I'm happy to be just digging for now. 3 minutes. Can I defeat Enoch the Stinky in 3 minutes? Games with friends. It's upcoming Wednesday for Enshrouded. Oh, that's soon. Do we know when Self-Found is? Sometime in February, right? Yeah. Enshrouded's gonna be kind of soon. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it, mind you, but I just had plans to look into maybe playing it. Rematch? Enoch? Enoch the Stinky? Curse of Dew. I must have pet scripts turned off. Or maybe I just don't have the script loaded. What is Enshrouded like game-wise? The best I've heard is that it is kind of like Valheim, but with budget. It seems Valheim-esque. And I really liked Valheim, so I'm interested to give it a try. 2-minute warning for Dig. We can do it. I think Flock should finish off this fight. I don't even have any pets that need an upgrade stone. I just want to save one for later. Yeah, I enjoy base building a lot in Valheim. I am happy to just like stay home and chop trees and like build a lovely little fort with like a dock and like, you know, a portal room and bedrooms for everybody and stuff, and then let everybody else go actually do combat and stuff. Alright, Dig should be starting any minute. I've kind of given up on joining groups for these. It seems like sometimes you might be in a populated shard and then you join a group and then you end up on a dead shard, and it's like not always better. As long as there's people around, it seems like you're fine to just kind of hang out. Been adoring Valheim lately. Been playing that, logging on for digs. Add-on showing the strategy for pet battles. Rematch, but it doesn't come with strategies. You have to import them, much like you would import like a Weekora into your Weekoras. I get all my strategies from Zufu's pet guides. And there's also, you can import pet battle scripts for them too, so they can execute with a repeated button press. But everything's from that website. It's good stuff. Dragons After Dark is my favorite strat author. I met them at BlizzCon one year. What's for lunch? Leftover enchiladas. My partner cooked dinner for me last night. It was delicious. Oh man. I think there might be an afternoon nap in my future. I woke up so many times this morning that, you know when you're like drifting in and out of sleep, you just have like hundreds of dreams because you keep remembering them because you keep waking up in the middle of them. Just insane amounts of dreams. Kira agrees with Neps. Did you get a pile of pet charms in your mail from the conversion? I didn't. I think I must have spent them all, or maybe like my shiny charms were on a different character. Or maybe I just opened my mail and I didn't look. Top 3 pets. The ones I use most often are probably the Valkyr Icky and then maybe like a Zandalar Raptor or like a Nexus Whelpling or something, but I just use whatever the strat offers. I have all of my pets leveled up. Except for Hoplet. Been a while. How's it going? Hello, Cinder Elliott. It's going good. How are you doing? Just confused about those pet charms in the mail. Too Besath Idol. Because he's your buddy. Crush, crush, crush. Yikes. I can't cringe at my old self too much. It's not like I've changed much. Hanging in there. Thanks for playing retail so I don't have to. Got you covered. Yeah, sometimes I just use a Nexus Whelpling and a Stormborn Whelpling just so I can, like, do another mana surge because it's, like, very hands-off. Okay. Weeds. Weeds. Now that I have my, my pack beast, I don't know what I'm saving up for next. Maybe I should save up for the hat because the hat doesn't seem to want to drop, but I don't know. I think I like the ponytail with this outfit. I think she needs, I think she needs... that one seems stuck. I'm not going to worry about that one. Maybe some glasses? I don't know. The Gilnean goggles look really good with it, too. Weapons. Maybe she needs, like, a nice, like, a digging implement of some kind. Your recipe for enchiladas? Oh, my partner made them. I do not know what the recipe is. I think there might be some improv going on. He makes them with corn and black bean and yams, because he knows I like sweet potatoes. So he like roasts some of those and puts those in there. I cannot find the rest of the brambles. Hello? Weeds? Hello? I am here to garden. Saving money yet to spend, nearing 30k. Oh, you could buy anything you want. I cannot find any weeds. I might have to reset this task. Apparently if you leave the area and you come back, it'll give it up on you. I found 5 of 7. Ay. I gotta make a hazel pizza soon. Alright, let us stand by Eidweird. Top 3 most pretty pets. I like the coastal sandpiper. That's a favorite of mine. Coastal sandpiper. I like it because it's cute. I named mine Cheep Cheep. It's like a cute pet, but it doesn't look like an enormous plushie. Like, it still reminds me of an animal. It's got enough detail, and it's got normal enough colors, and the eyes are a reasonable enough proportion. The head's still enormous, but like, it's a lot of the new like super cute pets have kind of gone into like uncanny plushie territory for me, where they just look insane. And I think the coastal sandpiper is one of the most like gracefully natural, cute looking pets that's out there. It's a wild pet that you can catch in Legion, just like off the coast of Suramar on the beach. And then Tobias is pretty cute. Tobias is the new secret finding pet. I think, is it the same model as Milo, or is it? No, Milo's like a totally different model. That's what I mean by like a little bit uncanny. Like, the eyes are just enormous. I think Tobias might be number 2. Little duck thing. Reminds me of the T-Rex from Meet the Robinsons. Whoa. Yeah, Tobias also looks more like an actual puppy. I mean, mind you, he has like a hat on, but he doesn't have eyes that are like half the size of his skull. That's up there. Just got Lord Godfrey's glasses after 2 casts. 2! Congratulations. They're somewhat common, but there's definitely people that have been fishing for hours without seeing them. So you're lucky. Real puppies can have hats. Absolute favorite pet. My most nostalgic one, which if I had to pick just one, is this one. The Greenwing Macaws from Dead Mines. They're pretty easy to get and they're pretty cheap to buy, but it was the first pet I ever farmed. It dropped for me and I didn't know what pets were yet, and I asked my friends what it was for. They said, oh, you can sell it for money. And I was like, well, what happens if I learn it? They're like, oh, it's just a parrot. And I said, a parrot? For me? That's my parrot now. This is like in Wrath. That's probably my favorite. Sorting rocks. But it does become tough to be as invested in your pets. At a certain point when you have like... They've added so many. I have over 1,700. It becomes a little saturated at a certain point. I still like collecting them, but there's probably lots of pets in there that I don't really remember that we have. Back in the day before pet battles were a thing, grinded out the drakes. Like the red whelp and the azure whelp and stuff. Oh, archaeologically significant rock. Pardon me. Did I do it? I did it. Another rock. Red, blue, black, emerald. Oh man, the Swamp of Sorrows farm. That was something. I did them all too. I think I got the blue one last. And the red one I did more than once because I had switched characters and I wanted to get it again. I got a pet in Siege that I need, but it sells for 70k, which is so tempting. Well, look at it this way. Selling pets is annoying. It takes ages to find bios for them. What if you learn that one, and then if you get another one in Siege while you're farming whatever it is you want in there, you sell the next one. First one's for keeps. That's how I usually do it. Although, sometimes at the beginning of a patch, if a pet is like really valuable enough and I get it super early, every once in a while I'll be like, okay, I'll just post it once. I'll post it one time for like $500,000 or whatever. And if somebody buys it for that much gold, then fine. I will farm another one for myself. Because I'm assuming the price is just inflated because of how new it is. But what always happens is I'll post it once and then nobody buys it. And then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll keep it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Emrys, thank you for the 6-month resub. Hey Hazel, in my opinion, I personally think Blizzard should do a currency squish. After playing classic SOD, seeing millions of gold seems ridiculous. Thoughts? I do agree that the amounts of gold and inflation over the years has gotten kind of silly, but I think it would be really, really tricky to meaningfully squish it, and it's probably safer for them to just kind of leave it be, which I agree with the problem, but I think it would be like a really tough solution to do properly. But that's mostly because I know that I don't fully understand economy stuff, so I figure that any idea that I would have would be filled with unforeseen consequences that would probably ruin everything. Have like 250 pet dupes I'm trying to sell. Sell like one a week. It's pretty good. Alright, I tagged it. We need an expansion where inflation is the main villain. We're just fighting spoils of Orgrimmar. Big money monster. The big bad boss is Gazlo, but it's because of his egregious interest rates. Digging stuff is a permanent addition to the game. It will probably become less popular over time, and there might not be as many people around to dig, but you'll still be able to do the dig. At least it's not like Soup, where, like, with Soup, sometimes you wouldn't even spawn the last boss if not enough people were around. It seems like that boss is going to spawn no matter what. Fragments, 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 fragments. Nice. Now up to 632 fragments, and we're saving up for something. I don't know what. Something. Try the follower dungeons. It's alright. I was worried the pace was going to be an issue. Yeah, they seem fine. I hope they're effective for what they're meant to be, and I hope that people that were looking forward to them are having their, dreams fulfilled. Did 5 Nakuds, got no breath, gave up. Missed the days when having 100k gold was a lot. Hazel, would you want all of the AH to be region-wide and not just consumables? If their performance was good, then yeah, because now that you can send gold across to any realm that you want with the help of a friend or a second account, it's pretty arbitrary. Like, if I want to buy a green on a different server, I can do that just with extra steps. So having a truly melted auction house would just kind of remove the extra steps, as long as it didn't, like, make the auction house super annoying to navigate because of just how much stuff was on there. Like, if it makes the indexing and the auction house scans take like a million years, then never mind. But, yeah, if there was some kind of technologically efficient way to do it. It's farming the goblin trash between the first and second boss of Deadmines, trying to get this goblin screwdriver mog thing. How's that for obscure? I've never heard of it. Is it cool? Do I want it? AH scans take a million years even now, though? Do they? Hang on a second. I'm fact-checking. I guess maybe it's,
Greetings, sir.
Alright. Stopwatch.
Ma'am.
Stopwatch. Show stopwatch.
Have anything ancient to trade?
And
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
$17 seconds. Auctionator. I'm happy with that.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
It's a dagger mod called the Goblin Screwdriver. Looks like a normal dagger. Oh. Does the stopwatch go up to years? Oh, you should probably start it running and then like find out. I feel like 17 seconds is a million years. That's fair. When it used to be like 5. I hadn't done TSM scans in ages because I used to just use the desktop app when I was a TSM person. It's weird that I'm not using TSM anymore. It used to be so like integrated into my WoW life that I didn't think I could ever lose it, but it just annoyed me so much with how many errors that it threw, and then I just started using Auctionator to get data for Craft Sim, and now I'm just living my life like this. Dungeon difficulty Mythic. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yep, this is my last character. This is my last run of Freehold for the week. Now, if you have the desktop app, you don't need to scan with TSM, but your information will only be as recent as your most recent desktop app push, which is fine if you're just checking like the general price of like a green that drops when you're mog farming or whatever. But if you're trying to make Craft Sim like crafting choices, it's nice to be able to force a price update because sometimes it really does matter. Ripsy needs gear. She doesn't hurt very bad. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm pressing buttons more or less at random. Time to level another tune to run Freehold with. Can't get over how the Archivist torch is upside down. Makes you look like you're on fire. Like it sheathes upside down in your back. Do you think maybe they'll fix it? I might not buy that one for a while because it's such a cool looking torch, but like, I don't know. Upside down is the wrong way to carry something that is on fire. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Sonic Jet. I hope your day is going well. We are nearing the end of the stream, but we got another, I'll do another 20 minutes or so. I started a little bit late today. Oh, had a tough time getting out of bed. If you have a pack on, you want Cedo on your back. Do we at least hit people with the business end of it when it's like mogged on? Like when you're attacking with it, you're at least, you know, giving them the burn. I always heard Freehold raw gold farm is good. Is it? News to me, if true. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe there's some other way to do it. What if you could just loot this whole money pile here?
Think you can stand against me, swine? Allow me to educate you.
Some of my combo points have a different icon. And I do not know why. Oh. Fury Warrior now has the candlestick thing, dual wielding those. Double Lumiere slats. 1,000 gold per run on average. You do the 10 per hour, it's decent. How do you get 1,000 gold from a run? I got 31 gold from killing that guy. I got like, I don't know, 60 worth of purples from him. That's like 90 gold. There's 3 other bosses. I feel like I'm missing 600 somewhere. Maybe from the trash. Maybe the trash drops a lot of gold. Pulling all the trash down greens. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can never be bothered to post greens. That's a good point. Okie dokie. No luck. No Freehold mount this week. What's up with that? Maybe next week. Well, what do you do? Genuine question. What do you do? Fiddlesticks. In the scheme of transmog farming, I mean, I know one thing I can do. I am still planning on releasing a Farak guide. It's going to be comically late But I'm gonna put it out anyways. I'm gonna finish it up at some point and shame post it. If anything, the fight's easier now because you don't have to do nearly as many dispels. You could do murder zones. I could do a solo shuffle. I could do seed planting for Seed Bloom Mog in Emerald Dream. I don't think I want to do a Rise this week. Even, I guess on a low enough key you wouldn't have to do affixes, but cute transmog on that, no. She's pretty precious. It's going to be hard to mog her out of that. The work shirt from Archivists is really popular. I've been seeing it around everywhere. Lots of people wearing that. Because, yeah, we're too deep. Yeah, Rise has a chance to drop the Quantum Courser that gives the mount. I don't really want to get one until after I get the Freehold mount. I guess I could get it and then hold it in my bags and not use it. I'm assuming it only picks a mount to give you when you actually like right-click and use it. You could just hold on to it until later, but that would be like a bummer. Quantum Course should give me the Mechagon mount. Sound difference. There we go. Plant a few more dream seeds. Look at all that Mog I need still. Man, I'm so excited for one day when that War Within pre-patch comes out with the Mog change to just like live in old dungeons and raids and see if I can scrape every last piece of transmog out of them. It's gonna feel so good. 3D parts of the excavator shirts go over the new tabards like the chainmail tabard. Oh, interesting. Optimal key level to farm Rise for the quantum item? 2? You just want fast runs. You just want fast runs. The only benefit to doing it on a higher key is if you have better players that finish the run faster. But doing +2s would be technically the thing. Do that now, store the Mog in like alt void storage. But we don't even know for sure if it's going to be applied retroactively. I guess if you held on to the Mog. But, oh, somebody's got the void chicken. It just sounds like such a messy thing to do. Like so much extra stuff to hold on to. I hate holding on to stuff. I hate it. You know, you could just like wait a couple months and then have the patch come through and then do it clean. It's just like white and gray transmog. I didn't bother farming or saving any white or gray transmog until the change came in. And I was really glad that I didn't because the change took them like 3 patches longer than they said it would. Cyberwolf, thank you very much for the 52-month resub. Hi everyone, I'm working on a Wergnault to do the Gallade quests. Congratulations on your Wergnault, I hope it is everything you dreamed it would be. Was the Rogue class mount quest hard for you? Why did Blizzard make it so hard? I wouldn't know. I don't know if it's hard. It's just kind of annoying. You just, at a certain point, you just kind of pop evasion and try to kill the NPC before the guards get you. Gladius seems unhappy. Maybe it'll work better. I'm gonna reload. Hope that I can finish reloading before they open up. Patch comes through, you get the fun, still have the space then. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now Gladius is borked. Oh well. We're just gonna do our best here.
The hunt.
Bam!
Metamorphosis. Power infusion. Incarnation Illume. Power infusion.
Bam!
Cyclone. Cyclone.
Bam!
Metamorphosis. Cyclone. 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 Metamorphosis. Cyclone. Cyclone.
I think they want to cast a cyclone.
Cyclone. Incarnation Illume.
Oh,
Metamorphosis.
nervous. Nervous. It's over. How much did you customize the cooldown voice callouts? Took a bunch off, still feels overwhelming. I started by taking everything off, and then I went back and added things in that I wanted to keep an eye on. So I disabled everything, which took a while because I don't think there's a turn off everything button. And then I went and I found like the biggest damage cooldowns and like CC that I need to be trying to line or range or whatever, like Cyclone. And then I only put those in. Yeah, it just takes some time. But once you have it set up in a way that you're happy with, it feels much better.
Avatar.
You want to be on the priest? Okay.
Bam!
Power infusion. Penitence.
That's swords. So I can put that in.
Bam!
Incarnation Illume.
You get feared? Maybe not. Not a lot of range kicks in this group, which is nice. Easier to get away with stuff.
Cyclone. Cyclone.
And then I'm actually DR'd for the fear, although it might be trouble. Yeah, no, I should have trinketed that. That's okay.
Bam!
There's probably an argument to be made for don't work on this on stream. Because it takes so long. It's such a grind. But when I'm not streaming, I kind of don't want to do it. It's I don't know, it's cold in here. Maybe I just got to get like the right playlist. The best way to do this is probably just to pug threes and slam it out and be a lot faster. But I'd like to get to 1800 in solo shuffle, just to kind of have done it, you know? What do you think of the coming feature that lets you collect transmog gear to your appearances for different classes? I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Get tired of solo shuffle after like 2 rounds. Yeah. I haven't get to win any of these rounds. I've lost 2 running. This is the 3rd one. Which is fine. I don't mind playing.
Behind.
A little bit here.
Power infusion. Penitence.
There we go. Lost all my rounds in Shuffle. My first attempt. Didn't really enjoy it. Want to get into Get Stuff? Maybe next pack. I have a better time with it when I just kind of like stick with it, and I try not to worry too much about whether I'm winning or losing. I think I just get bored. I think I'm just a little kid. I just get bored doing something for this long with such intermittent rewards. I keep myself busy by like checking out everybody's transmog and mounts and stuff. But I like the Vicious Moon Beast a lot. I really want the Vicious Mount this season. I mean, I've wanted them every season so far. Dragonflight's had great Vicious Mounts, at least for Season 2 and 3, the Snail, and then this one.
The Hunt. Power Infusion.
My UI is a little bit of a mess. That's okay.
Chaos Bolt. Penitence. Chaos Bolt. Fear. Chaos Bolt. Metamorphosis. Chaos Bolt.
Bam!
Oh, why did I do that? Oops. Don't mind me. I just trinketed. I was like, listen, you really don't want to get CC'd now. I better trinket in advance. It's not how that works. Whoops, a daisy do.
Bam!
Fear. 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 Metamorphosis.
Warrior on their own.
Chaos Bolt.
There we go. Season 1 was a cat. It was bizarre. Vicious War. Let me find it. Not the Stalker, not the Saber. It was not the Lion. Not the Basilisk. The Sabertooth. It was this thing. It was a leopard. It was randomly a leopard. That's the Season 1 Vicious Mount. Yeah, you can get all the old Vicious Mounts. The current expansion ones you cannot get during the expansion, but the following expansion they get added to the Vicious Mount vendor. So after you get the current season mount, you can just keep going, like they're saying, and get extra saddles, and then be all good to go. I'm gonna look at my options.
Avatar.
Turret off.
Power Infusion. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt.
Oh, I heard my puppy.
Chaos Bolt.
I'm running out of time.
Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Fear.
Who's that fear going?
Chaos
Not me.
Bolt. Fear. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt.
I think they're casting Chaos Bolts. I heard a
Chaos
rumor.
Bolt. Fear. 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 Chaos Bolt.
Yeah, it is a lot of grinding to get multiple
Chaos
saddles.
Bolt.
I think the best way to do it, if it's at all possible, is if you can sniff out other mount collectors that are in the same boat as you that also kind of want to get into it to grind out a bunch of saddles. And that's mainly like the reason that you guys are all there. And you can just grind out a bunch of 3s, or like RBGs works too, but 3s is nice because you don't need very many people. The games can be very fast. And the nice thing about Vicious Mounts is you don't need to do them at a super high rating. You can do them at like 1100, 1200. So everybody can be brand new. And as long as the games are fast, you'll eventually start winning about half of them. Still a huge grind to get a ton of saddles, though. It's a lot. You gotta hope you enjoy the process, otherwise you're gonna be in for it. But the good news for me is we've won at least 3 rounds of this shuffle, so we'll get some progress here. It's okay if we lose this one. I have no idea how much % you get per RBG win. I'm hoping it's a lot, but I've never done it through RBGs.
Chaos Bond. Penitence. Incarnation Illumined. Fear. Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt. Power Infusion. Shadow Fury. Chaos Bolt. Shadow Fury. Chaos Bolt. Shadow Fury.
Bam!
Nice.
Bam!
Want to get a bunch of vaults to 1000 rating and farm wins at that low rating. You'd hope that the games are fast, at least, at that rating. I don't know. There we go. 26 rating, 225 conquest, 1000 honor. At least you get nice big PvP vaults if you try to do like one shuffle win a day. You get so much honor from winning shuffle that you can fill out your vault slots. I'd hope that a RBG win would be at least 5%, but I don't know that for sure. Okay, how we do? Extra conquest. Spoils of War goes in next week. That'll be super good. We're at 1742. At this point, I wouldn't be mad to just nip up to 1800 and then drop it back down. But I'll have to play a little bit more this week to get my third vault slot. You get lots of marks of honor for doing this, which I really like. I appreciate being able to grind that out, and then I send those around to different characters to buy old PvP Mog sets. That's one nice benefit of working on Vicious Mounts, is you get tons of transmog while you're working on it. I can, let's see.
Best goods
With my honor for now, I'm busy buying up current season weapon appearances. Because we have most of these things. I don't know if I care about the cloaks. I might come back for that one day. But yeah, the weapons for sure. Let's get this one. And this one. And this one. Yeah, actually, they're cheap and I have a lot of honor. Because once I finish buying all the current season stuff, I can then just start buying Marks of Honor boxes. For 2,000 honor points, you can get 5 Marks of Honor. Huh. You could also send honor to your alts if you wanted to honor gear them up too. Any other Mog that I would need? I guess I could send my honor to my alts so that they could buy the honor set. I don't know if I care that much though. Maybe not.
Better in the Isles.
And then I'm sitting on 1,300 conquest points. I might just wait until my next vault before I spend any of that. Do I ever use my old mounts and dragonelles to fly hands off? Sometimes, but mostly if I want to fly somewhere hands off, I would just get on a flight path. I would flight master my way somewhere. I do that pretty often. Alrighty. Happy with that. I'm up to 12% of my way towards that, so you know, only 88% left to go. I am going to wrap up stream for today. I think my puppy is dying for a walk out there. I appreciate your company very much. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow for the final stream of the Hazel week. We'll have a nice cozy Sunday morning stream. Same time, same place. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.